What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Monday Night Flipside.
You're listening to Tales from the Flipside. Tales from the Flipside. Tales from the Flipside.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Tales from the Flipside. We got a full house tonight. We got the one and only CEO, Dino's in the house. John Z is back after a couple of weeks off. Nico Esquire, the one and only, and Big Leg Sean is in the house. Yeah, fun night, everybody. Thanks for showing up. As a matter of fact, it is the best place to bag and board your stuff, Ace Cable. It's 100%. So, what's going on, everybody? How you guys doing?
Doing well.
Yeah, brother. So listen, the con season, we had our one and only CEO chilling, going to a con, selling some books, slanging some books.
You know,
we want to talk about the con season and what's going on with everything, and hopefully we all fiending for the con season. We all wanted to sell some books. We all want to go buy some books. We want to get back into the saying what's up to all our friends. And slowly but surely, it seems like a couple little cons are jumping out into the fray and doing stuff. And Dino, you got to go and test out the waters this week. Where at?
I did. I did a Knights of Columbus show. So it's like I don't know if there's Knights of Columbus everywhere, but it's like a VFW hall or whatever you want to, like a small banquet area, whatever you want to call it. If you don't have any of those, Rotary Club kind of thing. Yeah, it was down in my old neighborhood actually, where I used to live at. It's about 34 vendors there probably. So they had like a big outside ring, and then they had a small square inside, and they had like it's a big square obviously, so they had a big, you can move around pretty quickly. I usually go there and buy, like, that's the first time I ever sit up there. I know a lot of people, like our boy Marco, he sit up there a couple times, so I'm like, I know everybody there, so it's mostly people from Michigan, West Side Michigan, East Side Michigan, and Ohio, kind of. I think there might be one dude from Indiana, but so I mean, it's a little Midwest small con. It was from 10 to 4. So what's that, like 6 hours, boys? So it's not terrible. I brought that DC stuff with me, and I brought, a box and a half of slabs, which I knew weren't going to sell, but I was like, whatever. And then some books that I barely had priced, and then I had like some books under the table like I didn't want to see. Yeah, that's not my booth. That's my boy. That's Lauren's booth.
You can tell this has got your small con feel all over it. Your VFW, VFW hall,
bingo sign right above.
Yeah. So back there, that's interesting. So back there, it's not like somebody's wall. So what they do is they do raffle tickets, and then they auction or they raffle off things in the back off there. I mean, they had like the best thing they might have had back there was like an ASM that silver ASM 360 or that homage cover on one. So I mean, yeah, it was okay. I mean,
what were the prices like?
Way over. My box. I mean, mine are. I mean, I had like some stuff I really didn't want to sell, but I mean, it's just people who were just asking. So me and Nico were talking. They had Something's Killing the Children. I saw a ton of that. So I sent Nico. I'm like, hey, I know you're looking for some stuff. And Nico, what do you think on the prices? I mean, they were just cover A's.
If I didn't have a credit card and I wasn't able to buy off of eBay, it would have been kind of interesting, perhaps. Mm-hmm. But it didn't make much sense to buy random books for more money than you could find them for on eBay.
Yeah, one of my boys, he's actually one of the contributors in one of our hangouts. He bought a Something's Killing the Children for like $350, the Frizzen #1, but it was already 9.8 and everything. I mean, is that terrible? I don't know. I mean, he's holding that.
I think that one's only like $200 or something.
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
I don't know.
Because I just paid like maybe $140 or $150 like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. And that is my only investment in that book.
Maybe he got it down to $350 or $250 or something. Maybe he had $325 on the tag. I can't remember.
You said the prison variant, right?
Yeah, the prison #1. The cover A, so Spec Collector is saying, as you're looking that up, Spec Collector says how much for cover A's? They're like $20 a pop, right, Nico? Something like that, like $20 a pop.
No, absolutely not. The foil covers were $20 a pop. I didn't see any of the actual A covers for sale in the photos that he sent me. But you know,
look at that
the blood variant down there.
Yeah,
look at that, $535 for a cover A98, right?
Yeah, the hard part about this book, and like we talked a little bit about it on the roundtable, which I think we're going to drop on Sunday. You know, smart people are like, "Is this stuff sustainable?" I wish that they didn't beat covers A, B, and C into the ground with like black and white foil, blood splatter. You know what I mean? Like,
so scroll up a little bit. Stop right there. That foil for $480. Somebody had a raw and wanted $500.
Well,
yeah, so I mean, it's like, you know how it is.
This book and all the covers reminds me of We Can Never Go Home Again, where it just like never stopped. Like there was 400 covers and nobody wanted any of them except the A. Like even the B didn't sell.
Yeah, the difference is all this stuff is selling now. It's a great read. I finally broke down and read every issue. I've been sitting on the trade paperbacks forever. Ended up giving them away for like a charity auction, trade the first and second trade, and then had to go back and get them again. But in a market where there's not a lot of great reads, I get why people love this series. It's hard for me to rationalize spending that kind of money on a book where there's only 14 issues and 27 variants and 36 late printings, when I can buy like, you know, a PCH low grade book for the same damn price. But I'm more of a traditional collector than most, I think. So,
well, I know. Okay, so let's talk about the other two good reads that kind of have that built-in market that have been kind of, long-term fan bases. You know, you got Monstrous and you got Saga. Those other two that kind of fit there. That no real development talk, no real anything else, but people love those books.
Well, there's been a ton of development talk about Something's Killing the Children and Department of Truth, and they hit it the right time, right? And it's like everybody's quarantined, and Something's Killing the Children has the mask, so like it's got that thing, but
and it's decent. It's not bad.
It's an exceptional read.
I'm just saying, like those other ones have
first
prints, second prints, third prints, no variants, none of that stuff, and they're $500 books.
Yeah, well we can get in.
I mean, for your money, I don't know. I've been sort of talking quietly about this for a while. Should we all be going back and buying Revival #1s, Peter Panzerfaust #1s, like those independents that once were, you know, hundreds and hundreds of dollars that now you can pick up near mint raw copies for $20?
Yeah.
I wouldn't put Skyward on the list. Don't tell DeVoe. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like, and again, like I'm out there buying Bitter Roots and Philadelphia's and some of the other stuff that's brand spanking new that, you know, maybe here today and gone tomorrow. It's interesting.
So let's talk about what I saw on the walls before I get into my. So everybody always wants to say, Dino, what did you see at the wall? What did you see on the wall? So I saw does a little bit of this setup. So I was on the corner. So the guy I was sitting next to had a bunch of 50-cent boxes. So it was great because 50 cents and then $1. So it was good time. And he gets a ton of traction. He's one of the guys who has a local store in our area, kind of. So what I saw on the walls, I saw UF4s, Something Killing the Children, a ton of Star Wars stuff. I saw a guy had should have bought it for $75 or $85. ASM Annual 16 graded a CGC 7.0 newsstand, and I know he didn't press it. I should have just bought it for like $85. But by the time I cracked it and, you know, we press it and send it in, it would have been too late probably. So
I don't know, dude. I'm sitting on a half a dozen copies of that book. Every day I think about throwing them up. But she's so good.
Yeah. I sold. So the things I sold, I had a DC run. I sold all that, but I'm not really worried about it. I had the bigger things I really did sell. I sold Avengers 8 for like 175, 180, but it was like I bought it for pennies. I sold a Secret Wars 8 that was I should have sold it more than $50, but I sold it for $50. I should have sold it for like 75 or 80, but
that was a kindness. It really
yeah,
was.
that was the kindness out of my heart because he gave me a deal on this. I'll show you what in my pickups what I bought the wife. And then
He didn't pull out a credit card for that $50, did he?
no, thank God.
Oh,
All right.
He was another dealer.
Fine
so I
then.
felt
Everything's
decent
fine.
about it.
Nothing's here.
So what else did I sell that was decent? I almost had to hook a Teen Titans 12 a bunch of times. There was this one kid though. He's like, I'm a modern collector. I'm like, cool. So he collected right after New 52, and I had all the New 52. He's like, yeah, you have all the stuff where I need to get to. And this dude bought like $300 worth of my dollar comics, dude. He was just coming, just like
Yes.
So I was like,
send him to my house, dude.
I know. He loved it, dude. And then what else? What else did I sell? I mean, just mishmash of stuff.
A lot of dollar books, right?
Yeah, a lot of dollar books. I mean, I had 14 short boxes. I whipped through 4 of them in 6 hours. That's not terrible. And then I sold the rest off. I mean, I got them from a dealer who was behind me. I did like he sold them for 30 a short or 30 a long box. So I had like 5 longs left over. So $150 for the rest of it. I mean, take it and leave. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have enough room in the car anyway. So I'm like, whatever, dude. I mean, to sit there and lot it out on eBay, yeah, I could have probably done it, but whatever, dude. Not worth it.
It's interesting because, I think we're going to start seeing more of these little shows where people are both going to be selling like, you did and buying. A lot of people, shout out to everybody that's live with us tonight. Thank you for checking in. A lot of our fans, especially a lot of live listeners that catch this show and watch this channel are retailers themselves. They go to cons, they set up at cons, and they are itching to get back into the con scene just as bad as we are. The amount of money that can be made in the con scene, if we're making this type of money off of eBay and the third market sales right now, imagine what can happen if the con scene opens up. So I figure we take a quick look at Games Radar put out an article a couple days ago talking about what the upcoming conventions 2021 and beyond. Now, most of these, I wouldn't be surprised if these cancel. We'll have to see, but it looks like March 26th is the first one that they put on here. That's WonderCon, but it says online only. So why even freaking list it? What a bunch of jerk offs. April 2021, April 9th through the 11th, Huntsville. So that's open. Steel City Con the same weekend in Monroe, Pennsylvania, and then April 17th, 18th, Supernova Gold Coast in Australia. But there we go. So April 9th through the 11th, 2 cons that weekend. Anywhere close to anything you guys are going to? Probably not, huh?
Yeah, no, I get 2. So I got a very small one, March 7th, and then you said Steel City?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think Steel City's canceled.
Well, let's take a look here. So this was 3 days ago. It might be all those people in the chat. Let us know if you guys are going to any that you guys know of that are close coming up. Steel City Con, it says still looks like it's still good to go.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I might go to that one.
I'd keep your eyes on it though, man.
Yeah. I didn't know that. That's fantastic news.
Yeah. So then we get to May, it's a decent ways away, and they've got a lot mentioned, including here in Phoenix, May 28th and 30th, Phoenix Fan Fusion. You've got Ontario, California, May 22nd, Three Rivers in Pittsburgh, Pensacon in Florida, Comic Palooza in Houston. You got Toronto Comic Arts Festival, which is virtual. Don't even put that in the list, you jerk offs. You got Tokyo and New York City Big Apple. You think New York City's even going to happen?
No way.
No way. Right?
Not May 1st. And then same with. I mean, that'd be great if they had Comic-Con Revolution.
I don't think anything happens in California or New York this year.
Yeah. So my thing too is like there's a lot of big cons. There's small cons. So here's a good example for people who go to small like shows like that. They had a Darth Vader 3 variant, the 1 in 25 that blown up. $25. Somebody pulled it off a wall like a month ago. So
yeah.
there's stuff out there.
Cons are key for killer buys, dude. They're just
man.
bigger, small.
I did okay.
Well, also think about all the retailers that are sitting on stuff that they haven't been able to sell because that's how they sell all their books is through cons. They've probably got so much stuff they're sitting on that they don't even know they have. They can't go through it all. So there's probably great deals in boxes hidden out there.
Look at this kid. Yo, hit me up on my Instagram, dude. I'll come rifle through your stuff, man. You don't need to sell. Just come see me. Make a deal. That's Flynn's Ghost. What up, man?
Well, there's been some small shows on the East Coast.
Sleepy and I are going to split a table March 7th.
God.
So I'll let you guys know.
Where you going? Where?
It's outside of Cleveland.
I'll come by.
Basically, I was like, Sleepy, get a table. We'll split it. That way we can get in early. Bye. So it's going to be...
I'll bring 3 boxes with me so I look like I'm in.
Yeah, well, the funny part is it's like only one person's allowed behind the table at all times. So I would say that at most times there'll be no person behind the table.
Oh, no, hey, so one guy got kicked out of the comic or the little con I went to because he did the exact same thing. He had a table so he could get in early, and then the bad part is this guy he'd be like, I don't have the money for the book. Can you hold it? And she'll get all the money and then go back and try to sell books to get the one book. I was like, oh, man.
Dude, I got a Captain Marvel 17 second print, 9.8, already slabbed for, what did I pay? 1,100 or like 900 cash and like a trade for like $300 and what I paid $1 for books. It's like I was so excited. And then like 2 weeks later, it went to like 3K and like a moron, I didn't sell it. But
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's just like that kind of crap happens at local cons. The problem with cons in my area, like these like Knights of Columbus size conventions, is it's like the 500 best speculators, flippers in a 500-mile radius converge on like one small area and just battle one another. Like the last time we had one, it was Stein, Sleepy, Mercenaut, these 2 dudes from Pittsburgh that are just like, I mean, they're beasts. One's going to do the Star Wars Double Top Secret project. And I forget who else was there. Half Price Crook. Like, that's not good. It's not good to go compete against all those boys at one time.
Yeah, none of those boys come up to me, though. So, I mean, I the problem is, like, the dealers that go there, dude, they don't have any late printings. They don't have any second stuff. It's just, like, I hate to say it, it's like, and people are going to crucify me for saying this. It's like Silver Age trash or Bronze trash that like no one cares about. Like if you're looking for like a run of Strange Tales but none of the keys, go to that place. You know, it's like go run it. You know, if you're looking for Hero for Hire shit, but it's not number one.
Something you said earlier before we got on here made me, tells you why that is. You were talking about how every guy at your table was looking at their phone going, oh, I just got my collection on here, but they're all looking at Key Collector app, clicking at, oh, that's
dude,
an
when I set up at cons and someone whips out the fucking Key Collector app, I am the happiest guy ever.
Dude,
I'm just like, yeah, they're all keys. They're all in there. You want to see them? Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean,
they're all keys.
Money.
They're all keys.
Yeah, so that's a good point. So and they're like, oh,
I got them all.
Nick. Yeah, they're like, Nick, like we know Nick. I mean, and I said, yeah, he's a good dude. I don't have a problem, whatever. So yeah, they're rolling through my books, and I'm just laughing. And
if I had a shop, I'd fucking give Key Collector app subscriptions out.
Yeah, it's
right.
Like $8, dude. They were buying books that were I had a price for $1, bagged and board, new. I mean, they were in good condition too. And it was like $8. It's like, okay, dude, if you want to make $8 on a book or $7.50 or whatever it is, I'm like, dude, I'm good with that.
That's how we all start, right?
Yeah. Well,
I love it
too. Me and Z talking before the show too about this. The cons are going to be a lot different, I think, going forward, and some people are not going to be happy. It's like people like to dig through boxes of $1 books or 50-cent books or whatever it is. Nobody likes to. I mean, not too many wall books go anymore. Nobody's buying a slab at a con. Now, not saying like New York or San Diego, but I mean, small con. You know how it is, boys. It's like,
I've never figured out how to make money at a small con. I've been doing them since I was like a little kid. These Harper shows, I had a receipt from like the first one I did in my little money box with my comics. When I got back into comics, I went and dug it out of my parents from when I was like 12. And that's what I used to like get him to get me a table. I was like, look, in 1992 or something, I like bought a table from you. I couldn't make money then, and I still don't know how to make money now. But like, I split a table with a buddy, just a small portion of this table in Baltimore, and it was the most exceptional experience ever.
What about I guess should I talk about my numbers? I guess I don't care. Nobody really cares. So the booth cost me $30, a lovely $30 for a table.
Epic.
And I cleared once I calculated PayPal, I cleared about over 1,000 for 6 hours.
That's great.
For a small show, you did all right.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good.
Well, here's the real questions. Did you have to rent a vehicle?
Nope.
How far did you have to drive?
About 30 minutes.
Grand Slam, dude.
Yeah.
For a small con. Did you buy anything?
No, I bought one thing. I showed in pickups, but it's from my wife.
All right, so home run. If you'd have bought something cool, it'd have been a Grand Slam.
No, and actually Marco helped me. I helped it. He got his car, and he was getting in anyway. So I was like, hey, take all these books. I can't fit in my car. So he got me out there. So
nice. I get lucky though at this Cleveland show and like a lot of these small Ohio shows. There's a couple people that bring a ton of Golden Age, like they just always have it. I don't know if they're gonna be able to do that in a COVID economy.
Yeah.
Because they traveled a lot to get that kind of stuff. But I think everybody agrees if you're in the car and traveling, you find better books.
Yeah, no, I agree. And like you do have to drive. You're not gonna if you're going to your same shop unless it's a real honey hole, which is kind of hard to do now. You have to travel like I'm going to Key Largo on Thursday. Now Miami has books. Key Largo is not. There's like one antique store. We're going to see what's up. Do
you guys think that's one of the reasons why we've seen such an escalation for key books is that people are less apt to travel for comics, like because of COVID and so forth?
At least on eBay, that's why people are banging out.
And I just think it just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and I don't, it's just crazy. Some of it. I'll talk about the market report, but it's like just seeing it, you're like, holy shit, how is all this money here?
Well, it blew me away when Dino brought up the fact that he said everybody was looking at their apps and stuff. And that's new to me because I don't think we haven't been in a con time where that's been as plentiful as it is.
People were looking through eBay, but the thing is
but not as much.
Yeah, I know. And the problem too is like when everybody, the phone is a great equalizer now. And what happens is that you don't have to have knowledge of anything anymore. I'm saying, at least you need knowledge in like Golden Age and older books, but like modern books that are on Key Collector and stuff like that, like you don't need much knowledge. It's just like if you know how to grade halfway decent and kind of in the ballpark, it just levels the playing field for everybody. It's like back in the day, people had lists and spreadsheets and whatever it is, but not anymore, man.
But his prices are way the fuck off.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is that his prices
they don't make any sense.
None. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's people. Yeah. So it's terrible. And like, at least I will say at least doesn't seem to be generally misleading towards the high end. You know what I mean? So at least there's that. At least people aren't like thinking everything's a $200 book.
Yeah.
But pricing, there's just such big variables like that. I would never use that for raw. First off, I've never sat in a store and used Key Collector to dig up comic books, man.
Yeah,
it's good to know what crap people are gonna buy. Is the only reason it's good for someone who knows comics.
And the problem on Key Collector, it's like he has low, medium, and high grade, right? It's like, isn't that how it goes? It's like three different boxes.
Yeah, it's like McDonald's soft drinks, right?
Yeah, it's like what does that mean? High grade to medium grade to low grade. I understand how easy it is to you know, when you're doing with casual people. But
yeah, but it's good for 1,000 reasons, right? Like I don't use the Key Collector app. I'm friends with Nick. Like I bullshit with him on the telephone and stuff. Don't tell him I don't use the app. I love his news reports. Like he fucking gives me a key alert. I'm like, time to sell, or like, oh, that's fucking great information. I didn't know. You know, he's like never wrong on his like scoops. Sometimes they don't get reported elsewhere, but they're like never fucking wrong. But the reason I like it is because it helps people who are new to the fucking hobby. It's like training wheels for guys that are new. And if I knew how to use that app well, I think it would be a benefit to me. I mean, because like sometimes I'll peruse on there, just scan around, and he's got shit on there. I don't know what the fuck it is. He's got a lot of stuff that's not on there that I do know what it is that makes me happy because like I've got a friend that's kind of a less experienced collector that just lives by that fucking, you know, cell phone sort of like. And I'll be like, oh, look at this book. And he's like, that's not on here. And I get real fucking excited because then I know look for those books everywhere because they're less likely to be pulled.
So let me ask you then something, and this is kind of getting into a little bit of a tricky thing, but is this a good thing or a bad thing for the hobby where, yes, it's great that it lets people know like what the books are and what it is, but it's also got people that are looking at a pricing thing for it too.
So like here's sort of my take on that. A lot of people try to have like normative value takes on like shit like that. Like this is good, this is bad. And it's more like it's inevitable. It is what it is. And like, how can I make it good for me?
okay, so I got a different take on that.
You know what I mean?
I got a different take. I'm business wise on it. And I'm gonna say it brings new money in. And I say that by new money by casual people. Like there's how many people do we used to walk by, and Z can tell you how many cons we've been at, Z, and like, you know, how many people would come up and be like, oh, why is that Batman Adventures 12 on your wall? It's the first appearance of Harley Quinn. They'd be like, oh, and they'd be like cosplayers and stuff, and they don't know that. Now it's all even Steven now, dude. They're like, oh, I know a BA12, and at least they have some type of value on it. They're like, oh, I'll gladly spend $300 on a book, or you know, whatever the value is, you know, because there's validity to it. I guess.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I like the reference part. I'll give you that. I like the reference part. I think the reference part is genius, and I think that whatever app you use or website you use, whether it's Key Collector, Cover Price, whatever, that's what we really want is a reference tool. But unfortunately, I think that we're getting into a time where also you have this feeding frenzy that happens when somebody says you can sell something for a bunch of money. Right? There's this feeding frenzy that happens with people that aren't part of the community, maybe that rushes in, and we're seeing this with a lot of stuff. You
ever watch a guy from Heritage buy books? Right, no. Like when they show up at a fucking a con booth, it's like GPA. I mean, yeah. They don't give a shit about anything else. They want to know what the GPA is. It's just like it's just a different buy-in point, a different reference tool. You know, I don't know that GPA is like necessarily a good marker on a lot of Golden Age books. I mean, you think the fucking GPA on those 2 books that Dino bought are really like spot on? No. But the Heritage guys know how to use them. And I would assume that, like, if you've used that fucking Key Collector app, like, week in, week out, month in, month out, like, you know how to use it way better than I would. Mm-hmm. Is it a crutch? Sure. And, like, am I probably missing out by not using it? Probably. Does it make me, like, better? I don't fucking know. It's like interesting. It's more like I just don't know that like good or bad or indifferent really matters with any of that stuff.
The problem though with when Nick sends out a key alert, you're already late. It's too late, dude. You gotta be. We always talk about this, so it's like when people when this used to happen all the time. I remember when I got back in like 2011, 2012 kind of. I had moms and dad used to call my local and be like, "Hey, do you got any like Spider-Man books? I'm looking for like Venom, the first appearance of Venom," and they're like, "We all are," like it's like that, Same thing with the Keeler. It's like if you're buying when he puts it out there and you haven't scooped it up before, it's over, dude. I mean,
yeah, but it wasn't always like that, and it's still not always like that. But like just
but I
about
would bet
2 years ago,
50% of shops are using it.
Oh yeah, definitely. But about 2 years ago, when they announced the Shang-Chi movie, I got the key alert. I was sitting at work and I was like, should I buy a 9.6 for nothing? And I was being cheap and being lazy, and I didn't. And it went like 8x, you know what I mean? Or something like in the next couple of months. And I was like, but it's not like that anymore.
Yeah. One of the things you brought
those
up.
books are already so high. I'm sorry to interrupt, Brian.
No, you're good. I was interrupting. One of the things that Dino brought up is the fact that it does give some people who are out there who might not know what something is the ability to look at it. If it's that prevalent to where everybody's looking through it, and it'll be interesting to see if these people who are cosplayers and this and that go out there and become part of this collecting community more than just being cosplayers, which is interesting because we have a great cosplayer coming up that Nico interviewed recently. It's coming out this Friday, I believe, on the Tales from the Flipside channel. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and hit that bell to be notified whenever these new things come out. But it was very interesting to hear from a person who is in the cosplay community and who is also a comic book fan. And here's a little preview of that interview real quick.
Working at a comic shop is kind of the other face of it, because even though I'm working there, people are very surprised that I read old books. And that's the surprising thing. I don't know if it's my age or my gender, but when I go into
So there it is right there. Here's somebody that is reading books to get her information. So maybe it could be, I don't know. We'll see what happens with people out there reading more, because I've been seeing that.
The people who are like, you need to read comics to collect comics are fucking adorable to me. Like, you really don't. Like, that's cute and shit. But I promise the heritage buyers are not reading fucking comics, and they're really good at comics.
Yeah.
Well,
it's cute to say and stuff. Like it's nice.
But that's a different world there. I mean, when you're dropping thousands on every book.
Sure. Well,
they came by in Charlotte, and they were like,
but if you're buying dollar books, then you're going to do better reading, knowing what it is. But I think
I don't know if that's accurate either.
I think it depends. I really do.
Well,
I'll humbly disagree. And
I'm not going to say
Gary and others send me hate mail, but
it depends on what
comics I read them. But like, you don't need to fucking read. You can be illiterate and collect comics.
You can. I'm just saying certain genres are going to be better if you read them. Like the indies and shit like that. If you don't know what's good and what's going to keep going, then it's going to bite you in the ass.
Z, are you ready for this one? They had a Crow 1 there. CGC 9.6. What are you
doing? What are you doing? How could you not tell him?
Because I saw the price.
How much was it?
3,000, I think.
I don't. It's a little high. Not.
He probably would have worked with me a little bit.
I would have probably bought it at 25.
I could call him. I know who he had. I'll hook you up after the show. I'll tell you.
I didn't put him on here, but I was watching the Crow book sell this week, and I'm like, holy shit! I'm sending Leg my whole stack.
I'll hit you up. We'll talk about it after the show.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
It's going fucking nuclear, man. It's going.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the next 9.8 sale. I just don't want to be it.
Oh boy.
All right.
You want to talk about? You want to bro it in the news, McClay, or what do you want to do?
Can we do the market report?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this guy. Of course. Hold on 1 second here. Boom, bada bing.
Yeah, let me. I'm a little rusty, so I don't. I don't know how. I did a little check-in because I was out for a few weeks. I've been slammed at work, so I haven't had any time to do.
The CEO has been holding it down. Okay.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I just have been out of it. So a lot of these books are me just checking in prices as I saw them. I'm like, well, I don't even know what that sells for right now. So you picked one. He started me. The Teen Titans, Tales Teen Titans 44 first. Dick Grayson's Nightwing. I saw this and thought, man, that looks a little high to me. I think it was always a $250 book. But as we got digging into it, it seems to ebb and flow between 250 and then it pops up to 350. I'm thinking it's gaining a little steam right now because Titans is on HBO Max and more people are probably watching it than they did on the DCU. I don't know if it's going to have enough steam to go higher, but if season 3 comes out and is good and gets people really watching, then there's a chance it burns a little more. This is one of those books that just hasn't grown much in the last 5 years. Even 5 years ago, it was a $300 book.
I think there's a newsstand, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably,
Yeah,
but I cannot confirm nor deny.
Do you guys?
There is.
Thank you.
Do you guys think there's a shot that any of these DC streaming shows, when they hit HBO, will have a similar phenomenon as like the Karate Kid, Cobra Kai?
I think it depends. The right ones can't. I mean, WandaVision's making people nuts. Now I know it's not DC, but
I think if they do I think they should do is they should do grittier stuff on DC HBO, like dark. Like I mean, not. I don't know how crazy you can get with like green and
Well, I mean, like Cobra Kai was originally on YouTube Red.
Yes.
Right. Nobody cared.
Yeah.
And then when it hit Netflix, Katie barred the door. I just wonder if any of these DC shows have a shot of kind of taking off in that same way.
I think the difference is HBO's app sucks and you don't see everything the same way. Like they don't have that algorithm dropping things like they want you to watch Cobra Kai.
Yeah, nobody
right at the top of their feed.
Nobody wanted to buy YouTube Red when you have Hulu, which is the same exact service. It's like Apple TV, dude. How many people here have Apple TV besides Leg?
I got it for free.
Okay, I mean,
I got it free also. So.
Okay.
But like I said, HBO Max is hard to navigate and doesn't do a good job of like showcasing and stuff. But if like they new release it and go season 3's dropping, you might get some eyes on it.
What about?
Yeah, you'd think they'd standardize shit like skipping the credits and like that. Come on, like Netflix already set the bar on things that seem really simple.
Yes.
I don't know.
Steiner.
What's up, fellas?
Did you guys hear the news about the Snyder Cut about Christopher Nolan? What Christopher Nolan told Zack Snyder after he watched Joss Whedon's edit?
Yes.
Oh.
It was so harsh.
Yeah.
It was so harsh.
Christopher
Nolan told Zack Snyder, like, don't watch it. Don't watch it. It'll destroy your soul how bad they ruined your movie.
Dark. I love it.
So the Snyder Cut's got to be decent. If Christopher Nolan's telling Zack Snyder not to watch what Whedon did to his masterpiece,
well, you can already see the previews look like an entirely different movie.
It looks great. It looks really dark and gritty, like you're saying. That's what they need to do. And you're right. If they can do that, and Whedon tried to go do his, whatever to it.
Listen, why does it say CEO on my name? Because I come up with good business ideas. And B, this is a comment of the night because Walmart had Cobra Kai bars. It says, put them in a snack bag, boys. Fucking great. The greatest marketing ever.
Oh, God.
Put him in a body bag. Johnny was from St. Clairsville, Ohio, about 10-15 minutes from where I live.
All right. Another book that I just checked in on because I saw it. This one, the first Mr. Sinister, 525.
Damn.
That one seems to be creeping up. I mean, honestly, it
more
was,
than Nightwing.
Hey, I'm just
$200 more than Nightwing.
It was a $300 book last month, so now it's pushing $5.
Yeah, I get it.
Everything X-Men is on fucking fire.
Yeah, I thought I was like a year early. I was like 2 years behind.
Oh fuck, man. Speaking of, I checked it on. Not that. Nope, those are the cards. Sorry. Where the hell is it?
Hope I put it in there.
Wrong order.
They're not the. Yeah, but I didn't do the order. Giant size X-Men. Giant size X-Men is fucking nuclear, and I can't even fathom the numbers that it's at. A 7.5 for 5K.
Wow.
A 9.4 for almost 10K.
That 9.8 sale was last week at what, 20,000 or some crazy shit.
Yeah, I remember a 9.8 less than more than a year, but not more than 18 months. I thought about it at 10K, and now a 9.4 is 10K.
And I remember a guy who traded one of those away. Who was
Oh
that?
boy! Oh boy! Oh boy!
This
Oh,
guy,
boy. Oh boy!
or the guy
Oh
that
boy!
razzed one that he thought was a 5, and some asshole got an 8 on it. So. But Leg, you looked at that one though.
Hey.
You advised me on it.
You remember what
That's a tough one to
No,
grade.
it is a terrible
I'm learning,
book to grade.
now that I've had a couple, I'm learning a little more.
Yeah, that's a fucking bitch of a book to grade.
You remember that guy who raz an Incredible Hulk 181 6.5 for like $500, and he just
I don't want to talk about
glorious
that.
leader just bought it out instantly.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Well, he pressed and graded it. Actually, it was raw.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah,
I've bought out some rises.
It's getting dark here, guys. Getting
Fucking-
dark here.
All
Yeah,
right.
we did hit some GSX definitely last week. I had one in my pickups, but it's like
Jesus, they're such
Yeah.
monster all of
it's like a 1 or a 2, but it was the right price.
I was thinking of getting back in this book, and at this point, I'm like, I'm staying away. It's I can't fucking do it. I'm gonna go
I
back.
sold a copy
grade.
that had extra staples that looked like it was thrown in a mud puddle and run over by a car. In a lot with some other trash X-Men books for like, I mean, I think the whole lot ended up going for like $1,000 or something. I was just like, what is happening?
Oh, there was a beat copy that went for about $1,000 here. It's nuts. I'm at the point I'm like, I'm gonna go back to 181 because this is too high.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I looked and checked in on our friend Miles. There was a 9.2 for 2,500 and a 9.8
Damn.
sold for 12.7, which actually
Damn.
there was a $14,000 sale.
Hey, somebody got
yeah,
a good
so-
deal at 12. So
This was a little bit of a downtrodden sale.
Just less stimulus checks.
Yeah.
I'm
Speaking
sorry,
of
dude. If you're spending 12.7 on a book, it's not with the stimmy check.
on a stimulus check. Miles, the standard is heading back up, pushing 2K again, man.
Damn.
I saw somebody on Facebook had like 50 of these on a post.
Oh, I think it was more.
Yeah, whatever it was a ton, dude.
Yeah, but I don't know when this one's heading to 2. I don't think the variant at 12 is ridiculous.
Yeah, I just paid almost that exact price because I paid $1,900. I think shipped. It was definitely $1,900. I think shipping was free, which would make it almost.
You bought that
exactly
today
right.
or this week?
Not that book. I got all 3 covers, both that and both second prints for $1,900. Bought them 3 or 4 weeks ago.
9.8s.
Mhm.
Oh, then that's a
Not
good deal.
bad.
Yeah. Those seconds will sell for a couple hundred.
Dude, it fucking the second print's $500-$600.
Now again, it's back up.
Yeah, it's $500-$600, and it just keeps going up. And there's going to be way less of those. Not the white cover. The
other
third print or whatever. That thing for whatever reason is still like $250.
Yeah, I wonder just won't go. Checked in on our friend Gwen. She's staying steady around
I
$1,000.
remember these were like $450.
So,
Yeah, I sold 2 for $450 like 6 months ago during the house fire sale.
I thought I was fucking winning selling them at $400, man.
Yep.
This is the other book I usually do not fucking show because it makes me want to bash my head in with a brick. But I looked at the variant.
Oh yeah.
A 9 success.
Robbie Rodriguez drooled all over it.
Yeah.
I don't like the SIG. I don't think it's a bad price, but I would
do a 9.6 with pink Robbie on it.
I wouldn't want Robbie's. I would prefer a blue label, but it's starting to get attractive at that
I wouldn't
price.
want anybody on that. Although I did have SS Robbie Rodriguez that he signed for me, so whatever. Wow. But that was like 6 years ago.
You saw him in line. That's okay. Copper Age book. Honestly, I just don't see these sell that often in 9.8. The Mask one. Yeah. When I did a little research, it's been floating around 300 for a while. Maybe it's due for a jump soon. Who knows? I mean,
we had this book on the market report one of the weeks you weren't here in the last month.
Yeah, and I just picked up the mass preview in a 9.8.
Nice.
And I showed it on here. I thought it was still sitting here. I had it as a pickup a few weeks ago.
There's an IDW 1 in 50 I like.
Okay.
It was dirt cheap. I don't know if it is anymore, but
there's a Santi Perez variant for one of the IDW issues, and it's it's hard to find, but like that's not his bag. Like the horror stuff he does is the reason I like him.
Yeah.
So it's like whatever. But like when you're just trying to collect some of these books and there's only a few and they're like $5 each, it's like not a thing.
It's nice.
But whatever.
All right. I didn't go too deep this week. I got some Golden Age stuff to share, just to pique my interest. Good old Frazetta. This copy looks, I mean, it's a beautiful mullet copy. Well, it's beautiful mullet. Front looks gorgeous. Looks like a 7 maybe. Back has rusty ass staples showing through the cover. So
that's all right. I like that kind of book, man.
I don't disagree. It presents beautifully. It would probably grade in the 4-ish range, maybe a little lower, but for the price and the presentation, it's beautiful.
That's a GPA popper at a big con, man.
Oh yeah. Another one of his books that I follow, which it just never sells. I've been trying to sell one. I'm probably going to pull it down and put it away again. Tally Ho #1, his first professional art.
Sick.
This was a low grade cover split, actually tear on the cover, like, the whole book is torn an inch in. Sold for $200.
My Key Comics had the original art to the cover. I don't know if he still does, but
wow.
And then I'll shout out the Definitive Podcast did a great Frank Frazetta podcast. If you check those guys out over there, they do Netflix documentaries. So
it's exceptional.
Yeah, if you do Frank Frazetta stuff and you're a big super fan, you go to see that one. So
I will say, just throwing some numbers out there, a 3.5 sold in March at $443. Which March 2020 is really a kind of a down spot in comics in general. So this feels like, I don't know. I don't know if it's a good deal or not. It looks good enough, but it's a beat-ass copy. There's only 33 on the census, but I actually question it.
He drew the little snowman, right?
The little snowman is his. I question whether he inked part of the cover, but it's not his cover. But the Mile High copy sold in 2006. At a 9.6, and then the Mile High copy sold about 5 years later as an SS as a 9.6.
Oof.
So there's less than 33, just because of that one. For sure. But goddamn, can you imagine that book? A 9.6 SS church copy. Jesus,
that'd be pretty sweet.
I'd sleep with that one till the day I die, probably.
Well, hold on here. This is interesting. DS says John Giannita gets credit for that cover.
Correct.
But not the snowman, right?
I don't know if he drew the snowman on the cover, but that's his character, Frazetta's character. It was a strip in the story. He worked a lot with John and was his apprentice. So that, I don't know. There's stories that he maybe did a little bit of work on the cover, but not his work.
Mm.
Here's one I don't see and actually wish I would have bid on. I never see this book auction.
Oh wow,
Little Girls.
it doesn't do it for me, man. But it's dope. I get it's rare. It's just, man.
You know what's weird? There are times when there are 0 copies on eBay, and there's times when there's like 4. And I don't know if when one guy pulls them down, if they all pull them down or what. But I've never seen it auctioned. That's awesome.
This one looks decent. I mean,
hell yeah, it does.
Taped. I'm a little pissed. 2 bids. I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
We'll just stop.
That's an epic fail. Yeah,
I think it doesn't have. Is it a non-numbered or is it issue 1? Because they don't have the issue number in there.
I think it's a no number.
I think it's a no number.
Okay.
I won't swear to it, but I think
I think the last one I saw sold for like $300 or $400. Again, forgive me if I don't know what the grade was. I think it was like $300 or $400, maybe.
Really?
I thought so.
That seems tragically low.
I agree. That's a rare, tough book.
That's strange. Usually, even raw Golden Age keys don't slide by. I'd like to see the listing and read a little bit more about it.
Yeah, potentially. I didn't look enough into it, but man, it looks nice enough that it's probably worth that, even if
absolutely.
Yeah. This one I didn't even research anything on. It was a pretty ass copy of a Planet Comics deep cover colors. It does list it as a fair because the spine is splitting, but man, that is a beautiful colored copy for $500.
You can tell when old dudes write that descriptions.
Yeah,
Like you just can.
you're true. That is true. I mean, they add some details that would not be how we would do it.
No, not at all. You know what I mean? It was in fair condition. I let somebody dig in and read that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Here's one. I don't ever see this damn thing. There's another Donald Duck book that I see that's I guess maybe not a comic, but I see that one sometimes. I don't know that I've seen this one pop up in a long ass time. I had to actually look at it and go, what the fudge? I guess a 6.0 sold in May from the GPA, but I don't know where.
First to be Heritage, right?
Probably. I don't know. Are they on JPA Heritage?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. First Donald Duck and Walt Disney comic book. Only 14 in the census. 2K, I don't know, probably a great price because you probably aren't finding another one. I mean,
Presents well, really well for 2.5.
I like how
We're
he's
missing a piece. Hell yeah.
I like how he's blazing one right there
Yeah, I
Right.
like that corncob pipe.
for sure.
so
Pulling a straight Huck fan.
rare bird there.
And those ain't bubbles coming out of that pipe.
Hell no.
Probably not. Plastic Man,
Oh god.
number 1/no number, beautiful skull cover. This is a beat ass copy, centerfolds attached, still $1,000.
Another one of those headings.
A 2.5 sold for $1,200, and I know I sold my. Oh, that was mine. Never mind.
I sold mine for that time. I think I had a what was mine lay was like a 2.0. I think mine came back at like a 2.0 or something. I think I sold mine for that around.
Yeah, I sold about $1,200 in November apparently because GPA says it was November. I had to think about it because it was a CBCS that I regraded.
Do you regret you selling yours? I kind of regret selling mine.
I
I
don't know.
regret not buying one.
I don't know anymore. I really don't. I mean, I sell things because at the time I'm like, I've had it. I want something else, and then sometimes the thing you get is great. Sometimes, but you still miss a few books. I look to get back in this one at a higher grade. I think that might be my.
He's one of the few characters that I think could get big screen treatment and get like mass appeal as a DC character.
But the last rumor was it's going to be a female lead. I don't know.
Yeah, that all sounds terrible. I just mean like, Savage Plastic Man with like, the Deadpool, the DC universe. I think that would sell.
Oh, it could do something creative. One last book.
It's beautiful.
Adventure into Darkness 7, 8.5. Highest graded copy of this guy. Sorry, I got lost in my outline. Let me find the numbers. There are only 18 in the census. That is a low number.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Gosh.
$5,000 doesn't seem like a bad price either.
No, actually not bad considering the 7.0, which is another one of the top on the census, sold 2 years ago for $3,500. To kind of be the guy that says you have the highest sometimes gives you a little bit of a bump there.
Absolutely.
Prior to that, I mean, most of the sales are a little bit older, so it was a cheaper book, but I think it's one of those that as people start looking for those rare books to add to their collection as the one, I was going to say, like DS, adding those books that you never see in nice condition to your collection. This is one of those.
Yeah, and I'm the biggest offender there. Like, I'm just going to buy another copy in a higher grade, and then I never find the book ever again.
Yeah, exactly.
Tomb of Terror 16 drives me nuts. And there's like a lot of lower grade copies than the one I sold, but like nothing higher.
I had an argument this weekend about my 2 books. Never gonna find those books again. Maybe Marvel's Comics 45, but not the other book. So
I don't know, dude. I've seen one that of the Marvel Mystery Comics 45 sell in the last 2 years on eBay, and I bought it.
I guess at Real Life Comics 5, there was a December Christmas sale last in 2020.
Nice.
I've gotten the Adventures into Darkness 9, and
That's the werewolf one, right?
Yeah, and it took me a freaking while, and it's beat, but the color is good. I'm pretty sure it's like detached and split, which I don't give a flying fuck. I'm not even pretending to grade it. It just goes on Mylar.
Oh no, I didn't.
When I pull them in and out, and so I think anyway, yeah, but I think I paid like $80 for it, so I don't care.
Damn.
That's
And
pretty
the
good.
famous funny sale. Jesus, that book.
Yeah, there was an
actually-
X-Men 1 that sold on Heritage that was a 1.5 for like, I don't know, 7-8 grand or something. That I think I saw. I can't remember where I saw it. I almost spit my drink out. It sold for so much money. These numbers are just so nuts, but it sold on Heritage.
Did you guys see the Hobgoblin sales?
No.
In the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, so I had a 9.2, so I was going to bring this up. So I have a 9.2 with the Spider-Man logo that me and you probably did some work on. And I was like, I didn't have a price on it. Some guy's like, what do you got on this price? I'm like, well, let me look it up. I'm thinking like maybe $200. A 9.2 is going for like $400 right now.
Yeah, 9.8 sold for $38.50 last night.
Yeah.
Get out of town.
And $3,700 a week ago.
Yeah.
God, that was $1,000 book forever.
I
Yeah,
got a freaking Contender downstairs that I haven't
Yeah,
slabbed because I'm lazy. Oh,
this
she's
thing's
going out.
This thing's perfect. It ripped me off. Like, it's so perfect. I probably said this on here before. It's in my close pile of shit that needs to go back. It's so perfect that I even did the Spidey, like it was actually like Red Goblin, but that's where they have the stupid hologram over the character. Yeah. So I thought, I wouldn't pay. I never have done. I only did extra labels like one time, and it was like 4 books I thought were tappings, and I got screwed on all 4 of them in a different grading department or something.
That's
Except
interesting.
that Deadpool one. Or no, the Bloodshot one. You won on the Bloodshot.
No, I got them. I did on that. Well, that was true, but they didn't have these Marvel ones and all that. They only did them for on-site. They did them with freaking for Valiant, and so I got a 9.9. So
I think I sent you mine in when you sent yours in. So I wonder if I should crack mine, and I mean, I don't know if I jumped to 9.4 maybe. I don't know.
Look,
I sent a
I
giant
know,
size X-Men 1 in to get that label because it's the same cover. That's the only time I've ever done it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So this one, yeah. All I know is, there's like a scuff on the back that looks, but to me, it looks like a printer scuff, and if like. And I think that was in the notes. And I'm like, you know what? Like, I got to give it another whirl for that fucking price, dude. See if it needs pressed again, and just go ahead and send it in. There's not one spine break, no color ticks.
Even at that
like
point,
we said, they haven't been given like the copper 9.8s are just not. They're selling so high, and they're not coming by them. One of our friends just had a really bad pre-strain submission with those, and I was worried about that because I'm just like, nah, they're not really giving shit out. So I don't expect them to be just free 9.8s, but they're just like, nah, we gave enough already. I guess there's not going to be any more. I mean, there's somebody invested in this. There's no way. It's just I don't know what to say. So
there's a lot of people grading like crazy right now, so that could be an issue. Some of the cards stuff that we did this week, nothing real crazy. We talked about it pretty crazy last week, but this was interesting.
Get out of town.
Yeah. So here's the crazy part. So I went to one of my local comic shops, Jesse James Comics, over the weekend. It was nice to do a little bit of digging in the comic store, and I looked down, and you'll see him in my pickup later, and there was a box of cards, and I said, I took him up to him, and I said, hey, you want to hold on to these? There's a lot of good stuff in here. He's like, well, check these out. And he pulls out 5 full sets of this 1966 Batman run, with one set being the most cleanest set I've ever seen for this stuff. And I have pictures of it I'll show later, but crazy stuff what these are selling for. So you can see just the top card, that Batman card, the Robin card sells for a lot, the Joker card sells for a lot. All those cards in really good condition sell for a lot, but and you can see some of the prices there. $600 for just the Batman.
Wow.
So a
Check
lot of
the
crazy
backs,
stuff.
make sure you don't get the reprints.
Yeah, just be careful about those reprints, guys. Yep. This was interesting. So I talked to Stein about this recently. I'm going to pick up a nice big chunk of 89, 90, 91 basketball stuff unopened, a couple cases of the hoops, and I think some of that skybox. I'm not sure if it's 90 or 91, but the reason why I'm doing it is because look at some of these prices, and $400 for the All-Star Jordan and PSA 10, for the regular Jordan $400, the Skybox 91 regular Jordan's going for almost $400, and this is big money. And unopened, they're going for, they're about the same as those Fleer boxes I sold last week that I talked about. They're a couple $100 a box, so it's crazy what junk wax. What we used to call junk wax is selling for nowadays, especially in high grade. Some of the crazy stuff that I did see is, we've talked about this on the show a lot. This was one of the boxes way back when before everything got crazy, we were talking about doing a group break on. And 89 score football. Look at what a PSA 10 Barry Sanders.
Get out of town.
God.
$1,800 for a PSA 10 Barry Sanders rookie. Here's another crazy one. How about this one? Deion Sanders, $1,400 for a PSA 10 Deion. And the card one of the cards that I like the most in the set is the Derek Thomas, is even getting some love. That's almost $300, $280 for a PSA 10, which is sorely low in my opinion. But one of the greatest linebackers to ever play the game right there. And this is interesting. Here we go. Shout out OG Flipside fans.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah, PSA 10 Bo Jackson rookie, $1,680.
I did not buy one of those.
Remember when these were $200 and we were talking about buying them? And this is when I was lucky. I did buy a couple of at $200 a pop. I think I paid $180. I think at the time, and this at around the same time we were talking about that Bo black and white one. I wonder what the Bo black and white at PSA 10 is selling for right now too. If this is selling for $1,680, you think that one's selling for a pretty nice chunk of change?
I did buy that.
Yeah, I was waiting for that to be like $100 auction.
Yeah,
I was trying to win some cards at auction, and I didn't realize. Honestly, I thought because I've been, if you wait out comics, unless something crazy happens, like an announcement or something like that. If you wait out comics, oh shit, this one's gonna end at Tuesday at 2 a.m. Yes, set the snipe.
$600
cards
for that black and white, $600.
Damn it!
Wow.
Is it really?
Yes. Eric Hurd, hit us up, brother.
$50.
If you want to sell those boxes, let's open those suckers live on Flipside.
He says they're all opened.
Oh shit! You have 4 boxes.
I'm telling you, I've been telling you guys for a long time. This is not going to stop, and it's now bleeding into comics. If you've got keys, I wouldn't sell anything right now. I just wouldn't. If you got mega keys, everything is a hold. Nothing is for sale. Because this is all this stuff. Basically, any Hall of Famer in sports, everything is going up. Everything in every sport, even non-Hall of Famers. I think I just saw like a Clemens 85 tops is like $2,800 now.
An 84 Fleer traded is like a $4,000 card, bro.
Everything is a hold. All the big money is. I'm sorry, but they're putting their stuff into cards and comics.
Yeah. And
if they're putting their money into it, they're not going to blow crap out. They're not going to just take a loss. If they're putting $5,000 on a Jack Nicklaus card, they're not going to sell it in 6 months for $3,500. It's not going to happen. They're going to hold it until they'll go to the grave with it before they do that. The Jordan rookies, they're not going to. It's $1 million card. They're not going to sell it for $650. It's going to be $1 million card.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh man.
Here's one of the cards that we talked about on Flipside way back when. I remember this is one of the first things that I talked about when I came on Flipside was some of these weirder sport cards, soccer cards, tennis cards, boxing cards. Some of those so-called rookies. These were not expensive cards 2 years ago. And here's a 2004 UK Tradition Soccer World Stars Messi rookie that sold for $3,600. $3,600.
If you have money to buy, if you have that kind of money, buy some of these soccer cards.
Biggest sport in the world. Yep.
It's exploding. In 10 years from now, you're going to be like, I could have bought a Messi rookie for $3,600 for a 10. That was dumb. Why didn't I do that?
Well, how about this? These used to be called junk cards. Nobody wanted these 81 Donruss. It's not even Jack Nicklaus rookie, and nobody wanted this shit. And now 81 Donruss Golf is selling for almost $5,000 for a PSA 10 Jack Nicklaus. Yeah, they're hard to get in high grade, but still, nobody wanted this shit 10 years ago.
I've got a ton of those 81 Golf, and they are oh my gosh, they're impossible to find centered.
Yes, yeah. Crazy stuff, guys. It's just going to continue, like Ben said, getting crazier, and we'll continue to report on it. And like I said, I'm doing my best to gobble as much of this stuff up too as I can, because it's crazy.
Hey, and when these guys are like, oh gosh, I have to spend $5,000 to get a Jack Nicklaus. Oh, what else can I spend $5,000 on that a bunch of people want? Oh, 9/8 comics, I can do that, and I'm just gonna go buy. Why do you think stupid New Mutants 98 is so expensive now? I mean, pretty much every key that you can think of is going up.
I sold a She-Hulk 1 9.8 for $1,700 last week.
That's insane.
because it was newsstand. You know what I mean? Just a little fucking barcode. I have a non-newsstand up for like $1,000 with no sniffs. And the newsstand for 17 had like a whole bunch of watchers, and then somebody I didn't even have best offer on. I just woke up and I was all, oh man, that would have been a nice thing to hear live. No, check GPA. I'm already on there.
Do you know what I asked them? Z, you ready? I was like, did they pay?
Yeah, it was buy it now with the payment turned on, and I went to bed at night. I woke up in the morning, checked my phone, and paid ship now.
It's unbelievable.
Well, hey, I've been saying for like 3 years that NYX3 is going to finally go up, and it's now finally going up. It's now like $1,200 9/8, and like everything listed is like $1,700. I should have been buying them when they were $900. Completely steady. It's now on the rise, and once it starts going up, it's not going to stop.
One of the things that's going crazy right now that everybody, is getting into this hobby is these exclusive game. And Wanted Comics this week had a new variant that got released, the HaHa variant number 2, which I have in my hand a nice little package of the HaHa variants that we're going to give away one of these books, and I'll explain how we're going to do it here in a little bit. But one of the things I want to talk about is the craziness that's going on that Wanted Comics did experience with their websites just getting totally drowned out because of the amount of buyers that are buying. And I talked to Drew and asked Drew, shout out Style Collector. Listen, Style Collector, we love you. We appreciate you, and thank you so much for dropping these super chats and not even putting anything to say on there. He does it quite a few shows, and we appreciate that a ton. Thank you.
Super kind.
Yeah, super kind. And everybody watching, we appreciate all of you. Thank you. Please hit that like button. I see 175 viewers right now. So anyways, Wanted Comics put out this thing. They had a really hell of a time keeping their website up. And one of the things that Drew did say is he said, I want to let let everybody know that we are doing our best to handle this. We have changed his website hosting people. They finally made the move. They are going to be doing a release for High Republic number 3, an exclusive tomorrow at noon on the new. He pushed back that sale to be on the new website, so he's doing his best. And this is one of those crazy things that these guys are selling their exclusives and just getting totally destroyed. He said there was like 2,800 people waiting to buy that book. 2,800.
Well, how about what he did with the books purchased by bots?
Oh yeah, this is amazing. And
class act.
Yeah, shout out to Wanted Comics and Drew over there, just real class act. So he one of the things that did happen is So some of the people who he found out did have bots and were just being complete trolls. He said, "Screw it! I'm going to take those books that were sold to those bots, and I'm going to put them up for charity." And he did. And here's one of the things that got sold. He did a set of HaHa 1 and HaHa 2, the John Gallagher variant set, and it sold for $385 to charity cancer barbells. I think it was. What is it? Barbells
for boobs.
Barbells for Boobs. Great name.
Breast cancer.
Yeah. So shout out to Wanted Comics. So I thought that was very cool. But the amount of and I asked him, I said, do you think that the reason that happened, a lot of it was because of bots and that type of stuff?
Yeah.
And he said, no. He said he didn't think so this time because he had his the bots being found. He paid somebody to find them. He said it was pure the amount of people just waiting to get that book. Jeez, Louise, Chris Colbert, killing it, Chris Colbert.
Wow.
Flex
What up,
match.
Chris?
Shout out to Chris killing it, man.
Hey, if you guys do if you've got an Instagram or something that you want us to shout out to get people to follow you, please mention it.
Yeah, any super chat, you guys, we will mention whatever you guys put in there. And this is, man, I'm getting goosebumps. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Appreciate it, man. This is the type of stuff that makes that every cent that comes into this channel, you guys, goes right back into the channel. This is what pays for our software we use to get this stuff done. It pays for mics. It pays for shirts. Oh my Lord! Here we go, Doc Joe.
What is going on,
brother? We love you, brother. Thank you. Yeah, Chris Colbert says, I'm good, just enjoying the show like Doc Joe is. Doc Joe, man. Thank you, brother. You know we love you, bro.
Class act,
yes. You guys, this is how we, are going to pay for. We're going to get some really cool shirts and hats made. That's coming your guys' way. Shout out to Emiliano Beggs. Came up with some really great art that we're going to be putting out soon. Let you guys know what it's all about. Really cool stuff coming down the pipe for Tales from the Flipside channel. So thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. And we appreciate it. Everybody that's part of this channel appreciates you. So anyways, all right, let's get back into this craziness with the haha stuff. Multiple people are now having problems. I've seen a shout out to Comic Book Exclusives had some problems with their High Republic sale. They couldn't get any of their High Republic. They had the same problem where that High Republic book shut down their website.
Dude, bots attacked it. Dude.
You think so?
I know, dude. What they say, like 1 million hits or something like that.
Well, the crazy thing is the amount.
There's not 1 million people trying to buy a Star Wars book.
Yeah,
they're just
crazy.
not, dude. Like the flippers are in on, like they're. I'm in flip groups that like for other shit, and there's people in there. They're like literally like they know nothing. Like I'm like I'm their comic god. You know what I mean? Like it's just like, well, they'll like give a recommendation. They'll be like, well, wait for what Big Leg says. And I'm like, look, man, there's not, there's got to be a real low print run for me to endorse store variants very often.
Yes.
Where the art just has to be spectacular and where demand's going to outweigh supply.
Yes.
That's it.
Well, let's talk about the spectacular art part, because Z, do you have one that you can show everybody? Because this HaHa 2 variant is
lights out.
Look at that. Virgin. So this is how we're giving this book away, you guys. Oh, look at Z. Z is pulling a Doc Joe and flexing. Hold on. wait, put those back up, brother. You got to put them back up. Yeah. So, all right. So there's the trade set. And we're going to give a set of a trade set away. Okay, you guys. So the way we're going to give that set away, go ahead and keep that up their legs so they see that, if you can, brother. We're going to ask you guys, what 2 homages does this cover pay? What are the homages that this cover, is paying homage to? There's 2 covers out there. One is pretty obvious, one isn't. And I would suggest to take a look at that cuff link there. Keep an eye on that. So if you guys can name those 2 homages on the comment after this show is done, name it on the comment of the
not in the live chat.
Not in the live chat, on the comment of the YouTube. We will pick one of those people to give this set away to next week. On Monday, we will announce that person. So all you have to do is name the 2 books that this is cover as homaging.
So that's going to be a random pick, not a first one, right?
It's going to be a random pick of those people.
Is this going to be one of those books where the trade dress is more coveted than the Virgin just because the trade dress is so damn cool?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean,
it's going to be close.
Scarcity wise, I don't think so. And to
How
be
close
honest,
are they? Like, do you remember the distribution?
It's like 2 to 1.
Okay,
I could be off. I mean,
Oh,
What is
Holy
going
shit.
on?
Well,
Chris is flexing.
we've done
Jesus.
better in a single day than we've done in the last year. So
Oh my god!
Yeah, look at this bot.
we might have a Facebook ad soon, guys. Who knows?
Yeah.
Damn,
Yeah.
dude.
Leg, what I
That's
could do
awesome.
is I could get an ad maybe on our tribute podcast, the one they make about you with that. They got the little segment for me. What do you think?
Yeah,
We could afford to do that now, like a targeted ad on your tribute podcast.
Tribute podcast.
It's like a tribute band, like Def Leonard instead of Def Leppard.
Oh God.
Yeah, that was crazy. I was stoked. Yes, cover lover. That you're exactly right. Stoked.
Tony, you got to put it on the comments, not the live
Yeah. You
chat.
guys, once this show ends, I apologize. You should be able to put it on the comments.
board.
Yeah, put it in the comments, you guys, and we'll pick one of you guys and announce that next Monday. And also, please make sure you're following Wanted Comics on IG. That's Wanted Comics with an X. Make sure you're following them on IG because that is one of the best places. Drew says for everybody out there that's wanting updates on a lot of his stuff. Make sure you're following him on IG. He drops updates. He's getting ready to send a 150 order out through the post tomorrow of all the HaHa books. All these books. That's why some people are starting to finally get them in. There's 145 more that are going out tomorrow. So.
Hey, can I say something too about all the? Because I'm even there were some comments even in the chat about how the variant, how not only just Drew's haha too, but even comic book exclusives. They're High Republic 3, and everybody's all upset about how they didn't get in and all that stuff. You realize that like Topps baseball cards is like $100 million a year company with just a budget just to they could just throw money out the window. And when they release exclusives that have probably 30, 40,000, whatever, you can't get on their website. It crashes. So when you guys are like all on Drew and Ben for their websites not being able to handle when they're selling like 400 copies of something, man, give it a break, man. You have no idea what you're talking. Shoe companies get botted out. Any good shoe gets completely botted out. So don't give these guys a little bit of a break on that. I don't know why everybody gets so. I don't know whatever they're getting over a $100 book or something like that. Blaming guys are just trying to do something right.
Hey, Stein, do you think we're getting to the point where there will no longer be drops like that, where these companies or like particularly with these very small launches are just going to be like, okay, sign up for your ticket. We're going to do a lotto or some other mechanism just to avoid having to deal with the stuff on the back end for their own peace of mind?
Yeah, I mean, you could. I mean, I don't even know if that. And I've thought about this with several things, even with like PSA and stuff like that with grading cards, and I honestly think that the community actually needs that kind of like fervor.
Excitement.
Like, yeah, I mean, like,
Sorry.
what?
Oh,
I think that's all UD made in a Patreon in a year.
that's
more
all
than
we've
we've
made
made
in a year.
all year.
All right, we're gonna
It might be more than Flipside's
Hey,
made in 6 years.
we're sending both of them some stuff.
They're
so.
getting shirts and hats. They
Yeah,
will be the first two people to get shirts and hats off of this run that we're building.
Yeah,
There
you guys
go,
are getting stuff. We're taking care of you. Believe me.
Yes. First shirts and hats for sure.
Gosh,
I think it's just because Doc Joe likes your hairstyle, Ben.
it needs shaved a little bit. It's a little long right now, but no, I think the fact that some of this stuff is so hard to get is good for the hobby. I mean, PSA cards are going up because nobody can get them back. So you can't
That's a good
everybody
point.
wants them because you can't get them. So these.
Well, and I've noticed with comics, like anytime someone really hates something, it goes through the roof.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's good. I think the fact that not everybody can get it and that there is a hard thing. I hate bots. I'm not,
Truth. Yeah, call that truth. Truth. Yeah, call that truth. Jesus.
Yeah, but I just
how do they beat it though? How do they beat it? How do they stop the bots? What do they do?
I don't know. The multinational companies can't figure it out, right? Like if Nike can't figure it out, how's Wanted Comics supposed to?
Right, and that's what I was trying to say about Topps. I mean, Topps is, like I said, it's $100 million a year company, and they do this stuff all the time, and they can't beat a bot. So,
you know what? I would say, I don't know if this would necessarily stop the bot, but just do like, all right. So let's say I don't know how many copies of that Star Wars book Ben had. Let's call it 500. Okay, like whatever. He's got 500 sets to sell or whatever. Over like 3 different days, randomly release like 100, 150, whatever a day, with no set time. Just be like, we're going to be releasing this week, and then have maybe like you have to either wait for a link on comicinvest.com or just Instagram post. And somehow make a link, like you have to type in or something like that. And then once you see it, you got a mad rush to the computer or to click into your phone browser and try to get it. You get in. Like, I mean, I don't know if there's a better way. If you're doing only so many sales, now like how Topps couldn't do that, but like, you know what I mean? Because they sell too much shit. But like, I think for these drops, you could do that. Some of them, the lotteries and random queues. I think people said Frankie's and Scorpion have done pretty well without getting mangled with stuff like that.
Well,
I don't know. There's got to be some sort of creative way. I might be tech savvy enough to completely understand it, but yeah, I mean that would be my guess.
Well, one of the things that Drew didn't he throw some of those up? Did he try to throw some up on eBay when the website crashed?
So I was driving during all of this, and I sent somebody money to like, oh, will you grab me a couple? That didn't happen. Whoops. But anyway, so the first call is like, yeah, the internet's broke. Like it's a wrap. And I'm just like, what? And then I get the call back, like it's going on email. And the way that he described it was like there would be the number of the books that were, whatever it was, like 25 copies. He'd click on it and it'd be 0, gone. In 60 seconds, he'd like refresh 25, gone.
Yeah. So. And responding to the comment that JJ made on here that Brian posted about resellers use bots, collectors don't. Think maybe they're too limited, making not so limited help take more to collectors. Maybe true, but I mean there's not guaranteed sellouts. You got to eat some shit sometimes. Well, for like you can't start doubling your print runs on things that when you can only afford necessarily to do so much. Some of them are just home runs, like these like Wanted working with John Gallagher. These are home run haha covers. They're just like you see them. Everybody knows. Like maybe you're not into the horror art whatsoever. But you're still like, oh, that's pretty cool. And like these haha twos, like I don't think I ever saw the cover until I got it bigger than phone size. Like I only saw, you know what I mean? I saw like an Instagram size or whatever. I never even on a computer having it blown up. And it's actually way better in person. Wow. Because it's almost so realistic that the art comes across almost photographic when it's a square this big on your phone. But when it's in your hand, you're like, holy shit, this is nice.
Oh yeah, these are way nicer than I thought.
Yeah, way better.
John Gallagher has been killing it. Like these two haha covers are absolutely
He's
amazing.
Finally going to get the credit he deserves now, right?
I hope so.
Yeah,
I don't see how
he's such a movie guy and all that. I mean, like he's not a career center making comics. He's just doing this for love, I think.
which makes
I'm
it
sure
even
for money
cooler to
too,
me.
but it's like he's not scrambling to dig himself for a new cover or something like that. It doesn't seem doesn't seem like he has spinner racks. That's how cool he is.
So
Yeah.
isn't pretty much the goal of all of our we want all of our comics to be worth more than what we paid for them. So if everybody kind of didn't have this, you know, where people were getting them that and then reselling them for a higher price, that's pretty much what makes the value go up. If everybody that gets it is just a collector and they just keep it, then the value is really not going to go up, and then it kind of loses the point.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I think if everybody keeps books, then they do go up, right?
Maybe, but I mean,
that's why, because I think that's why, like, you hear there's two kinds of people that are like, I hate speculators. They're the guys that are morons, because they just don't understand, like, those are the people that buy books, those are the people that you sell them to. And then there are the dudes who are like sharks that are like, I hate speculators, because they're like, well, I need everybody to just like die with those comics to take them off the board so that mine are worth more money. I think they're even worse because they're kind of diabolical, but I don't know. That's just kind of, I've always sort of thought that. I don't know if you guys think I'm nuts or not.
I don't know what to think. A part of me is, and I'll be honest, part of me is so weary of the exclusive game, because this is where we're heading. We're getting to this point where it's gotten really crazy with some of these things. And I never thought, especially in the last year, I was really soured on the exclusive game. But I'll be honest, some of these exclusives are just too good not to buy. Like, not just spec wise, the art wise, are just too good not to want to buy. So I get that. But the other part is that spec wise, and I believe, I hate to say it, I do believe part of what JJ said, where he said that collectors, the collectors thing and the flippers are the bots. I get that. I think that there is a big part, but I guarantee that there's both. I guarantee that those communities do this at some point. And a lot of people are finding out about bots now, and a lot of people are also without jobs. That's the crazy thing. Like, how many people out there don't have their jobs and that are making their money on this stuff?
So Steve Horn went to Comics Pro, and I didn't get a chance to talk to him since he's gotten back, but I did read a little bit about his experience there, and he indicated basically that it was like, the one big takeaway is retailer exclusives are here to stay. That every publisher is talking about doing them. They're talking about lowering the mandatory number that you have to buy to do them. They just want to figure out ways to make it more conducive for retailers to do it. That it was like one of the big pushes there. And, I just wonder what that kind of exclusive game is going to look like 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now.
I think
particularly with all the crap about, like, DC Comics is going to fold. They're all going digital. Like, well, not if Wanted Comics is going to make paper copies. Not if Hive Comics is going to make paper copies.
The only concern I would have is when are there too many of the same book? That's the thing they've got to control is, we've laughed a few times when there's like 75 covers. What happens when it becomes 150, Like, I think that the retailers have to figure out, we want exclusives, but maybe we only want X number per book,
Oh, Christ. Yeah, they're going to have to enter their own bots and do their own lotteries with Diamond. The retailers are going to have to press the button.
Well, and it's a newer era. Like, there might be professional comic sellers that would do do shows and stuff like that, like pre-internet. That was a thing. But like, everybody doing being able to sell from home, everybody's just able to do it. Nobody was able to. It's just a thing, and that's where I think probably a lot of unfortunately failing comic book store owners are really good intentioned people who aren't as good as salesmen, that love reading the books every week, and like, it's their dream to read all the books the day before they came out, and they open stores and do it. And that's how a lot of us have made a lot of money by them not even knowing what the hell they have in their own store.
Stein, can I return to your point about people need to sell these books for them to grow in value? because I think that that's true. The more that I think about it, but like this is how it's true. So I don't think that like necessarily like the other stuff is not true. We all know those rare books that there just aren't any on the market at all, right? And until there's a sale, they're not worth shit. Like we know that they're rare, but one could pop up and be $20. You need books to sell for the price to increase. Like if it's a rare book and there are no copies available, nobody know when it's a modern comic, right? Like that doesn't necessarily apply to like older books that have historical data. But when it's like a rare modern variant, until there's some sales data, nobody knows except for like us psychopaths just how rare that book is.
Yeah, that's true. And that actually will make us learn how rare it is when you have these outrageous prices and then no more getting drawn to the market. You're like, oh shit, that's actually rare. Nobody had 300 of those sitting around, you know, which to me is a good thing when you find them early, like that Killmonger second print that just went nuts.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some people had good spec on that, so I was able to grab. I don't know. I found 3 or 4 like on online. I already sent 3 to CGC,
Nice.
and then like right before they went off, and I'm like, oh sweet, it's up. I might get back to first 9.8s. This is a good thing. You know, the shipping Florida California sucks, but whatever. So we'll see, but.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens on the exclusive game, and Ultra kind of brought up something that I want to talk about real quick. Is one of the things on the exclusive game that we're seeing more and more is some of these really hot artists. They're doing the exclusive books quicker than they're doing regular books, and one of them was Rose Besh. I hope that's how you say her last name, Besh. But
Most likely is.
she's that one cover, you know, already coming out. Like some of these covers are coming right out the gate, like going for ridiculous amounts. And so are we going to start seeing more the script flip, where we're seeing these really good exclusive artists doing exclusives first rather than doing, you know, regular covers?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that Besh at least like, it's kind of cool that, I mean, everybody's going to do the stupid store variants for that, but at least it's a 1 in 25. It's nice to see. It's that silk too, right?
Yeah.
That's,
and then
like that.
I love it.
but everybody else does.
I like it, and I it's not where like, oh, dude, I'm buying that PC the rest of my life kind of cover, but I'm like, I like that, and I also I can see when people are gonna like it, and I just go
it's
like,
a no-brainer buy.
That's gonna sell. Yeah.
And then there's there's another female artist. I can't remember her name, but she did that Hive exclusive. She's gonna go bonkers. I can't remember her name, but it's like there's like a dragon and something
up here. Yeah, this is the Rose Besh silk variant. I mean I love it.
I'm with you, Stein. I'm like meh, but it's gonna go nuts.
I can't figure. I mean,
it's the shoes.
What
I like the shoes.
What is so appealing about that? I mean, of course I had the same question about Peach Momoko stuff too, but.
Yeah, me too.
I can't figure this out. I'm not understanding.
This reminds me of like graffiti art.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. It checks
art.
A lot of boxes.
Yep.
Yeah, hip hop, graph,
really
like
stylized.
I've seen so much graffiti here in Portland this week that I'm done seeing graffiti. So.
All the good tagging spots already taken.
Hard truths on Tales from the Flip Side.
This is a great point. She draws like new school tattoos. That's another thing that I told the Hive guys. Yeah,
exactly.
The Hive guys
out of my mouth.
Yeah, the Hive guys. That's one of the things that they're doing really well is bringing in some of these really great tattoo artists that are now starting to do work in comics, which I love. I absolutely love that. So there's some of the most amazing artists in that school of art, and you're going to start seeing more artists outside of the comic sphere start being in comics, you know.
And I get that, but I mean, I don't mean none of us buy anime, so why on earth are we infatuated with an anime face on that cover?
It's the shoes, dude. I'm telling you,
it's the shoes help, dude.
So basically just cut it in half is what you guys are looking at.
I mean, look, I don't like the cover either. I liked the Spider-Woman. I thought it looked like a better cover, but again, not my favorite cover, but I just knew it was a no-brainer. This is just a no-brainer. It's going to go nuts.
Ultra pointed out boba drinking too. Like,
Yeah, that was a smart one. Smart observation.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I think it's good.
I want to know how long before we get fine artists from some of these like there's so much money in comics right now. Like how long before we get the next Perillo, the next Federici coming out of whatever school.
Oh, dude, I buy some good Perillos and people don't even know I have them because he gets a lot of those ratio variants and they're not that expensive, but they're for Red Sonja versus Mars or whatever the hell the run.
Yeah, that girl right there that did the horns, go up. Myra Key. Yeah, I think you're gonna watch people go bonkers over her.
Right, where is it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
There's like a unicorn and a dragon.
Oh yeah, I already did them. These ones.
I think
the Chloe chick is gonna be really hot too.
Right. Yeah. There we go. That's the trifecta of I don't know. But those are the trifecta of new female artists that are doing like Asian-ish looking stuff.
Well, I just love that we're seeing new artists come into the fold outside of just the comic sphere, whether it's painters and digital artists, tattoo artists, graffiti artists, whatever. I love that stuff. So
yeah, I've got a couple dudes in mind that are known but not like outrageous. That if there's ever going to do something, like if I was ever going to be able to, put my name on something where I was doing the creative part of it, that I would have in like a second.
Yeah.
And, one I don't think has done any comics. The other one has done one comic, and I have 9.8 of it, of course. And but yeah, so there's some other stuff, some of this crossover stuff that can do it or take their own spin. And the right way to do it is a variant cover, not as a like a full continuity. Has to look exactly like the character. I mean, I'm sure they're going to have Marvel or whoever is going to have, they have their own thing. I know it's hard. Star Wars has to, they need super approval from Disney and all that shit. So,
yeah.
Who's the guy that did the Obama Hope poster? Shepard Fairey?
Shepard Fairey, yeah.
Mm-hmm. He does comic covers and nobody cares.
Mm-mm.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely does. No one cares. You don't even know. You know more about comics than 99.99999% of the top collectors, period.
Yeah.
But it's weird. Like, he's as mainstream as it gets when it comes to, like, graffiti art. You know what I mean? It's like him and Banksy 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Space Invader, maybe, like 1, 2, 3. I don't know. And nobody cares that he does comic covers. So I wonder, like what the transition's going to be like for these guys who are tattoo artists or graffiti artists or whatever, trying to come over. Like, not that they can't get work, just that I wonder if they will take off.
Do you guys want to do pickups?
Right.
Pickups? Yeah. Let's do pickups. I'll go first. All right. Let's see here. I went, like I said, I finally got to do a little bit of digging this week, which was nice. Hold on, let me do this. I'm gonna mute you, Nico. So I got, of course, I'm not gonna open this since Z already showed the amazing haha. Shout out to Drew. He sent these are the books that we're giving away. So these will be given away next week. These are the haha variants. But some of the other ones. Now, I don't usually pick up the preview stuff, but, whenever you go past a previews magazine, do you guys look in it at all anymore? Do you guys look in these? Every time, right?
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me unmute Nico there. Yeah, every time.
Yeah, it's over at this point, right?
Yeah. But the only reason I saved this one was because, and I don't know if this is worth holding on to. Let me show you guys. Some of them, I don't even know, like, there we go. Stuff like this. Is this even worth holding on to on these things? Stuff like that? Just new first? It's probably not, right? So that was my
It
question.
would have to
Some
be
of these-
cover.
yes, it would have to be
I'm-
cover. Yeah.
Might have some of those at CGC. But yeah.
So I picked a ton of books up for these were like dollar books at Zia Records, which was nice. So I got good old Zia Records, right? I love that Guardians of the Galaxy with the two Wolverines. Right, this is the old school Wolverine kin stuff in Guardians of the Galaxy. That was so cool. It's got the embossed cover. I got some of these combo pack books from Justice League. I always pick up the combo pack books whenever I see them, especially if you can get them for $1. I thought this was a big book, but it's not. I thought for some reason this was like a Jessica Cruz book, but it's not. I found one of these, the Batman Night of Owls 8 variant. This is, I think it's variant. Yeah, I think this is
it is.
yeah,
Definitely variant.
yeah. So I was stoked on that one.
Ivan Rice, I think.
Yeah, this one. There we go.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Here we go. Got another one of these. I pick up these anytime. I guess this is a Beatles. This has like a Beatles in it somewhere or something like that. So, I love this Joker cover.
That's good.
Yeah, the Arkham Asylum. I'm picking these up whenever I see them now. The Captain Universe, tie-in books that they did. I think they did like Wolverine, Captain America, but I'm picking these up. This is interesting. Justice League of America number 217, but it's the So Much Fun Inc. book. So right there. I forget how these were given out, if they were given out at schools or what, but they did a couple of books with this. And you know that they're different because it says classic on it right there. That whatever ones have So Much Fun Inc., they say classic right there. This was a good one. The J. Scott Campbell. I love the J. Scott Campbell Black Panther stuff. Finally picked up one of these, the Sword books. Picked up this. Matter of fact, it's something we can talk about real quick. The new Mortal Kombat trailer came out this week, and I don't know. Is this the first appearance of Mortal Kombat? This Bruce Lee book. Chat, let us know if this is anywhere in there for Mortal Kombat type stuff, but it does have the exclusive Mortal Kombat preview in it. This is Malibu Bruce Lee #1.
That's not Bruce Lee's rookie card.
But it's pretty dope. The Mortal Kombat stuff is pretty dope. So
that is pretty cool. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah. I have no idea. It's a good call if it is.
Yeah. I found these and I just picked them up because they're cheap. They're Cirque du Soleil custom Marvel editions. Right?
That's a cool cover though.
Right? For $1, why not? And I picked up both of them.
Brian's buying Cirque du Soleil books.
Right? And I saw this book and I said, I have to buy this. Groom Lake #1, Ben Templesmith. Who doesn't love that cover as an Aliens fan?
There you go.
If you like Coast to Coast AM and X-Files in the back of the day, yeah, Art Bell, this Groom Lake cover is your book. And I'm a huge Ben Templesmith fan, so it's pretty torn up, but it was $1. I bought this. This was a dope Flash Gordon cover, King Comics. I thought that was interesting. Got that for $4. It's not super old, but it's 15 center. I figure cool cover with a little bit of color on it. So these are two books that real quick story. Guy, as I'm going to meet up with Jesse, guy comes in and has a trunk full of boxes of comics. And I guess he was going around all day, looking to sell these comics, and nobody even wanted to look in them, because they thought, oh, it wasn't like long boxes of comics. It was boxes of like comics, and a lot of them not bagged and board.
Just spine rolled, stacked on top of each other. Yeah,
right. That's the best stuff to look at.
Yeah, you never know, dude.
Yeah.
You never know.
So, Jesse James, shout out to Jesse. If you guys know Jesse, Jesse's, he's slanging books, so he just buys anything. So he's like, yeah, I'll buy him. How much you want for him? The guy's like, so he's like, sure. So I went through some of those, and there's some left over. And some of the books that Jesse had already pulled out of there, I mean, like, crazy books. Third print Legacy 1, a bunch of Star Wars Tales books, the really big ones from Tales. There was the Boba Fett 87 and 42 from Star Wars Marvel, all kinds of crazy stuff. But I picked up a Dawn of Jedi Zero, which is cool. This is your guide to Dawn of the Jedi. And then I picked up the Jessica Cruz book, Justice League number 30. So picked that up for $10, and I figure it was worth a shot on that. But the real cool stuff that I got to see were the card stuff, and some of the card stuff that I want to show you guys. Let me do this here. All right, share my screen. It's a little better to do. These are some of the cards that he had that just really blew me away that I'd never seen before. Now, these were Batman cards, but they're older than the 60s set. Look at how old these are. These are super old. And I've never seen these. So if anybody in the chat knows what these are, let me know. I told them I would do some research on them, which is, really cool. Super old. Oh, wait, sorry. Wrong stuff. This is another, what the hell?
You're going to make me get my readers out.
I know. Hold on. I don't know why it's not letting me click it. All right, let's do this. All right. Sorry guys, I apologize. This is some of the cards that so I found this box that just looked like that, right? And there was a Empire Strikes Back box sitting on top. All the cards had been opened, but the cards were sitting in the box. So I went through that. You can see some of the other Batman cards that he had. Wow. So I went through that stuff. Just started going through them. Here's the really nice Batman set that he showed me. I mean, look how nice those are. Just gorgeous. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. So let's see here.
It's insane.
Yeah. There was some Marvel cards there that were really interesting. Let me go back. Sorry, guys. So the Marvel cards were really interesting that were in this stuff. And some of the cards that I picked up, I bought a little case. There was a shoebox, a card shoebox, like a little 800 count, I think they are, Ben. Is that what they were? 800 count shoeboxes full of stickers from each set of the Marvel.
Oh, wow, dude.
Of the Marvel cards. I mean, each set, a whole shoebox.
I'm so jealous. Good job.
I picked these up for 10 cents a piece, and they're just in perfect condition. Yeah, just perfect condition. There was 30.
I love that Vader one, dude.
Yeah, there must have been like 30 of each of these, which is crazy. So I picked up a bunch of these of the just original stuff, thinking that some of these might be cool. But some of the cards that I really love are these. These were given away in Wizard magazine. They did these set of these chromium cards. Some of them were embossed. And I collect these. I have almost a full set, but I buy them every time I see them. If I can get them cheap, I buy them. They came in Wizard. Here's a Lady Death one. Here is a Shamanic Tears one. But these are
Shaman Tears, the biggest failure of Image in the 90s, and that says a lot.
These were 1975 Topps cards that Marvel put out. That they put, these are stickers. I've
never seen those.
I found hundreds of these in perfect condition. But here's some of my favorite ones. Look at this Man Thing one.
Oh, it's tremendous.
It says
I dropped the soap in the shower.
It's exceptional.
I need that in my life. Just to open the package and look at it and then laugh and then never see it again.
Yeah.
Because I'll lose it.
That needs to be a thing if it's not. I feel like that's criminal that it's not.
Here's I like this one, the Mummy one. That looks really cool. And they're stickers, but they're still in really good condition. I just like the art on them. Here's this Galactus one.
Bruh.
Look how beautiful these are from the 70s.
Mad Hatter.
Look at this
excellent.
Ghost Rider. Peter Fonda, look out.
Oh, come on, man.
How cheesy, right?
They're tremendous.
Dude, they hired like the Mad Magazine writers to...
Sure doesn't taste like tomato juice.
Yeah, this is why McClay's dangerous to me. Anytime he talks about stuff like this, I end up just spending money.
You drive me up a wall, Spider-Man. I mean, they're all in perfect condition, too. The
most dangerous man to my wallet.
Here's some of the Star Wars cards that I did pull out.
Brian McClay.
Boba Fett stuff. These were in there. I really like these. Early. This was from the.
That's dope, bro.
Yeah, these are from
What
the
the heck is that?
1980 Empire set. Boba Fett.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I got 3 of them, which is nice.
Smart.
Here's some interesting stuff. So me and Ben have talked about this on the show before. One of the really rare Michael Jordan quote unquote rookie cards is not even a card. It's a sticker that was put in Chicago area stuff, and they looked just like these. All right. Here. They have these you see those?
Yeah.
And so I bought a shit ton of these thinking
Are those like those 25 and 50 cent machines? Is that what
yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
I remember those.
Bro, get
So-
out of town.
That Jordan is terrible.
It's
By the
terrible,
way.
but they sell
Yeah,
for
but their
30.
Punisher's awesome.
They sell for $100,000, right?
I
Look
like
at this one.
Sparkle's Punisher.
But look at this one. This one is great. I was so stoked that I got this.
He'll shoot you in the head, but he's sparkly. That's
Jim
Epic.
Lee,
Yeah, that's
Wolverine art. I got a
bro.
bunch
That's
of them,
epic.
right? And I figure if they sell and other stuff, you never know. Like the Magic Johnson in the same one sells for a ton,
These are long-term holds.
right? And you're not going to find these because you're not, at least not in these condition.
Michael
Bunch of
Keaton
Batman. Look at this one. Look how cool this one is.
Yeah, that's nice, man.
All right,
That's real nice.
And there's just a bunch of them. I got a stack. Look at
Brian
this.
stole the day.
Look
Good
at this.
job, bro.
Yeah.
I remember being at Tony's Pizzeria in Stockton,
Yes.
California, fucking agonizing over which stickers my 2 quarters was going to get me there. And then when you get the one you don't fucking want, then
Oh,
lose
that's
your
dope,
shit.
dude.
This is
Like-
from 1984, Marvel's Comics Group, number 7 Ghost Rider. I have no idea what this set is from.
It's epic. Well done.
Here's a Superman from that Wizard set that I talk about, Superman. Here's the Darkness from that same set, right? I love these chromium cards. And then I found a stack of these ones from the Wizards, the Shadowhawk,
Oh yeah.
right?
Add that to my list of failed specs.
Here
Shadowhawk
is
when I was
Todd
15.
McFarlane, Jim Lee, and Mark Silvestri on
Oh,
one.
dude, that's tremendous.
He broke a back every issue though. What could go wrong?
Cyberforce, Wildcat, Savage Dragon, Shadowhawk, Wetworks. I got the Spawn, which is nice,
Hell yeah.
One of my favorite cards, period, of all
right?
time.
This
Sports,
was kind of cool.
comics.
This is a 1994 Flair promo card that's got Spider-Man
Oh,
2099
yeah,
on
dude.
it. But check out the back. Look at this, Stein. It's got a sticker on it that says ships June 1994.
Huh.
That flare set was so nice.
Yes. Yeah. And here's
Nice.
some more IG88 cards from that Empire set, figuring they might be from his first cards from that set. So I grabbed 3 of those. But,
Unbelievable,
Nico-
dude.
yeah,
Well
Nico,
done.
you went and picked up some cards and it sparked my interest, so I had to go through just boxes and boxes of cards, but you can't not look through them now, and if you can get them for 10 cents a shot, it's worth taking a
Yeah.
chance on some of these things.
I buy stacks. You know what I mean? I just take them all when I see them.
Yes.
Sort them out later. What the hell does it matter?
Yeah. And
I mean,
oh,
can you
sorry.
imagine if we could do that with comics?
Yeah. One
Right?
last thing.
Like
One last thing.
We'd
that
kill
I-
to be able to do that. Like, I'll take your whole box for $20.
I posted this or talked about this somewhere, but this is kind of cool. I found 2 unopened rack boxes of 90
Nice.
Flair, and one of them was partial. So I opened it. It had already been. You can see where they were sold at an Osco drug, and they actually opened the box to tag each an individual rack. So I went through the box, and there on that front card
Is Jordan?
is Jordan. Yeah.
Got
And
him.
that's
awesome, dude.
a $400 PSA 10 right now, that card.
That's awesome.
So
Can you imagine if like a 90? So that card's a PSA 10. Can you imagine if just like a random like Thor 368? $400 98 or something. You know what I mean? Like
it's not a
it's not-
$400 card now.
There's nothing
Right.
fucking. You know what I mean? Like it's not. It's just. I mean, it's important. You know, Thor's important. Michael Jordan's important. But like that's where you're at. You know. That's
Well,
where
you know, we talk about the love for those unopened packs. We showed that Bo Jackson rookie that's going for a ridiculous amount. Beggs, shout out to Beggs again. He has that. I still have that pack, that unopened pack that he got in that break that we did of that '88 cello box that has the Bo Jackson rookie on the back and it's unopened. So we'll have to send that into PSA shortly for him.
FYI, Brian, that 90 Fleer Jordan 10 is like $700 now.
How much?
there you go.
7.
Of course it is.
That's my buddy.
It's
Look,
a-
you
it's
got
not-
him sweating.
It's not an easy 10.
Here's the question before I jump on to the next pickups. Here's my question though, Ben. At what do you think it's at the point yet? So, for example, I'm picking up some of these cases of those '89 hoops, right?
Okay.
Do I sell them all unopened, or do I take a chance at pulling some PSA 10s unopened out of that?
Out of 89 hoops, if you remember back, those packs sucked. They
Yes.
were like plastic. And the centering was bad on those. It's not easy to get a 10. Now, is it possible? Sure. It's possible. It's possible. I mean, especially if you got a whole case of it. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. But when you can guarantee the wax money out of it, yeah. I mean, I'd probably say wax is a very safe sell. It's a very safe investment.
Yeah, here we go.
You start busting it, it's
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, and if we do some cards, if I ever take them down and go through these, like we were talking about last week,
We are for sure.
they don't figure out if I'm any decent at it, but I can't because it's trial and error, you know. So we'll see. I'll have to go with whatever I think the best are, rather than just see if I eyeball them correctly.
Well, I saw some cards you'd just be stupid not to send in. Like I saw, I saw Topps Kobe rookie sold for like almost like $8-9 or something, just a regular Topps.
you can sell low and mid grade of a lot of those things now for big money, so it almost doesn't make sense to not, even if it gets a 6 or a 7. I mean,
Yes.
even I was talking to my buddy, even Griffey 89 Upper Deck Griffies 6s are $100 card now for a 6.
I won a 9, like when the Discord first started. So I won Dr. Joe's 9. I think I think it filled at $100.
Yeah, I mean
He said it's the first card he said he ever graded, and so I was just happy to have it. And I was like, oh man, because he was one of my favorite players. I was a big Griffey collector, you know what I mean. But when you're like 13 and he's 19, starting the major leagues, you know, and so he just always been a big fan. I was like, should I buy a 10? No, I'm not gonna buy a 10. I was like, I'm happy with this 9 I got. Should have bought a 10.
I mean, a 9's a $400 card now.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's why I should have bought the 10. Be happy with Dr. Joe's 9, and then sold the fucking 10 now for $4,000 or whatever it's at.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
But that is crazy. I mean, like,
Wow.
who's it that said in here about the disparities between 9s and JJ again? Disparities between 9s and 10s seem greater than the 9.8s and 9.6. That's true. That's what it seems to be.
Closing though, the gap's closing.
Well, 9.6s I wouldn't send in before. Modern 9.6. Now, you know, I mean, there's certain books. When I was still doing that, a Nix 3 or like something you got a shot at. You know what I mean? Hey, maybe get lucky. It's an expensive book. But now it's like, dude, I mean, if you have like a 9.0 Ultimate Fallout 4 variant or something, or maybe even
they all sell.
You're gonna sell it for a bunch of money, and people like the grade. And plus, everybody thinks they can get. You know how many messages I get like, "Hey, this book looks nice. Has it been pressed?" And like on eBay, and I'm always just like, look, it is what it is. I don't know what to.
That's the hardest part. That's the hardest part, is to tell somebody like, you can't
it
just
says 9.2. It's a 9.2, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
You know.
You got any pickups there, Sean?
Only barely. I mean, John Z left. Unfortunately,
Have you guys noticed that Doc
he's the one
Jones
who.
and Chris's super chats are still stuck at the top? I think they're going to be there for like 3 weeks.
So if anybody, so I have a hangout. Some guys, well, in so John Z was like, "Dude, like, if anybody needs this, you do."
Nice.
It is a replica Werewolf by Night bust. It is not a mask. It is a bust, and it will be hanging on my wall.
That's
And
hilarious.
That's awesome.
It's pretty freaking. As I'm a Werewolf by Night collector, it's pretty close. I think.
That
So the
might be one of the
actual-
coolest things I've ever seen.
It's awesome. It is, and he kept the card in there. McAllister's Masks and More. Haven't talked to him at all. Anything. It was an Etsy link. I don't troll Etsy very often, but John sent me that morning. So McAllister's Masks and More is the Instagram.
Nice.
But yeah, so he got this. He's got Morbius. He's got Man Thing.
What?
He's got a bunch. And then when he hits them, they're like custom. And dude, this thing is quality. Like, I'm not a big mask guy. I assume he makes the mask the same, but this is a wall bust, so it's like filled in the back. Yeah. So anyway, I don't know. I thought that was pretty sweet. So that was my first good pickup. And it was like in there custom. So I ordered it like over a month ago, and I was like, "What the fuck is in this box?" Well, that was in the box. I had real quick, just because I brought it up and because I was assessing some stuff for grading, because some of these like dynamite books and stuff like that are a little like they're thick and stuff. They're not the easiest to press, but if they don't take any hits, like they can be unpressed 9/8. And so this is the kind of stuff that I grab, like a Red Sonja Age in the Chaos. Like you can find this one is a 1 in 15 or something like that, but like these Perillo like sketch variants and stuff like that. And the hope is like to be able to get some 9/8 on some of these books. So this isn't like I don't think I ever showed it on here before. Another one, this is an old one. It's 2019. I think it was 2019, but so it's I have to look up the versions. So these are 1 in 50s, and it's just the Vampirella Volume 5. And I'm just like, dude, these things are awesome. And I just, at a 1 in 50, they're really small buy-in. I mean, I think they were like $10 or something like that.
Wow.
And so I'm like, you know what? Like, he's got enough fans. If you list Perillo 9.8 on eBay, someone's buying it. So just
smart.
like shit like that, I look out for. I think so. The only thing that I think I had, so I did buy one a little bit bigger book that I just opened before, and it came. I got kind of excited because this was a throw-in the package.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's worth $1. But right now, I thought the guy didn't know what he was doing, and maybe gave me like a $50 Punisher rookie card.
Yeah, he does.
So 30th anniversary Spider-Man 2 Roman numeral 2 set. This is the Punisher's 58 whatever. It's still actually pretty cool. I just opened for the show. I'll probably actually throw it in top loader and let it sit here.
Doesn't it make you feel good to kind of be a sucker for like with these Marvel cards and not actually know what the hell's going on? Like, I feel like so on top of like all the crap that I buy, and when it comes to these cards, I'm just like, this is cool. Like, you know what I mean? I have that joy again that I don't have with comics anymore.
That is cool. This, because I figured this is going to leave the building one of these days, and this got lucky. I just the whole side of the bag split, and it did not hit the tape.
Nice.
So
shit.
Yeah. So
Well done, sir.
I was like, oh, thank you, dude. I think it was like the last raw on eBay, and this book's been. I'm sorry, this book's been staring at us in the face for a while now. I am the one asking too much money for a CBCS 9.8, and I know it's CBCS whatever. I don't give a shit. Pay full price or don't. There's no offer on it, right? I'll just fucking keep it, right? So this is and I haven't taken it out of the bag, although it almost fell out on its own.
Ugh.
And so I hadn't taken it out of the bag yet. It doesn't eBay pictures. It had some rub. I really don't think it's 9.8 or anything like that. But getting in this, I think it was around $200. Getting back in at around 200 just to sit on it, maybe 250. I forget. You can look up eBay sales and find it. Grabbing that stuff feels feels good. So
Hell yeah.
Not bad at all.
Smart.
Wait. One more thing. Where'd it go? So I went to I took my brother-in-law back to Vegas to fly out of the airport he was visiting. So flying to the airport, and there's an antique mall that I didn't get a chance to go through before. They had some comics and cards and stuff. Prices were high on most of the stuff that I thought on the cards. I think it's in the living room. I bought a Jordan card, but I found one piece of poster art that I didn't look real hard for, but I couldn't find it on eBay. I'm sure I can tell by looking. It's a reprint, but it's already framed and ready to go. And it's
wow.
We got Misfits with so it's actually with the Haha 2 having a Misfits cover with the Suicidal Tendencies, Murphy Last Misfits, and Suicidal are two of my favorite bands ever. So it's this guy drinking a Suicidal Tendencies themed beer while smoking and with the ST headband on. And I like Murphy's Law too, actually. And I couldn't find any on eBay. And
is it original?
I am 99.9% sure it is not.
Oh,
so no.
Still cool though.
It was not expensive, and it will go on the wall. And I couldn't find any others on the internet right away on my phone there. And I'm like, I was looking for a Misfits piece and a Suicidal piece, and now I just killed two birds with one stone.
Amazing art. It just really sucks that Danzig wears Uggs and has a tramp stamp. So, but we'll let that slide. I'll let that.
Well, didn't you have the story like beat up on the podcast?
Yeah. Go search. Danzig has a tramp stamp on YouTube. You'll love it.
He walked by me at where was it? I WonderCon or LA Comic Con last year or the year before. I'm all pretty sure it's fucking Glenn Danzig, right? And then he'd get split up, and I was like, okay. And then I'm at a booth and I'm digging. He sings better than he fights. So I was at a booth and I'm digging, and then that's true. Even I know it. Yeah. So no, it's one of those ones where there's like you could see through the other booth, and I hear this dude talking about, dude, I just met Glenn Danzig, and I was like, I pulled the comics over. I was like, that was him, huh? He's like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, shout out to my homie Oompa. If you guys don't know, I have another show called The Bogcast. It's BOGCAST, and Danzig got knocked the fuck out. And there's people on the show that we interview. My homie Oompa was standing right there when it happened, and it is a great story to hear. So make sure you guys go check it out. All right, Nico, you got any pickups?
I mean, yeah, I bought a bunch of trash. So dollar books. Like, remember somebody conned me into buying that? I blame Phil Lee. This, I don't know if it's worth any money. It's a second print. Worth any money yet?
I think.
All right.
That's just sexy. Who cares?
Yeah. A bunch of these cover price or cover whatever. I don't know what the hell they're. Got optioned. I just like this. I'll pay $1 for it every time I see it.
Beautiful. Yeah. Show that. Put that up again. What is that? Marvel Girl.
I don't know. Just some Marvel Girl book.
Gorgeous. Yeah. Who is that cover artist? That's great.
I don't know, but I want them to do more of that.
I like the helicopter landing pad she's wearing.
I buy that for $1 every time I see it.
Yes.
I also buy these for $1 every time I see them. See this?
Yep. Black.
Yeah, but it's the signs. It's quite unsettling.
Well, they had the uncensored sign, right?
Oh, did they?
That one did not. You did not. Yeah, you didn't end up accidentally using that term just now.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't even know they did that. Oops.
Yeah.
I could have gone real sideways for me. That would have not been good. But like George is showing the N-word on the internet. Like, no.
These are dynamic forces?
Yeah, these are the dynamic forces.
Not bad.
$8. I thought I did good. If you
Not
see
bad
what
at all.
people want for that on eBay, you'll just be like, well, that's not.
Well, that is
reasonable.
what, like a first appearance
Another
of
for
the
$1.
crew?
I don't know.
Yeah, like the non-Shuri crew.
Yeah. This is some like but
romance stuff.
You dirty whore, but I love you.
That's right after he slapped her.
Yeah, so I can't remember if these were 5 or 3 a piece, but the story thus far, and then, oops, that's the first print. I'll take that for like $5, $3. I think those were 5, and this was 3. Should be worth money. I don't know why people leave those on the internet. $3. Broke down and paid $25 for this. I need to take it with me and sell it. It's gorgeous.
Is that still selling?
I don't know. It was like
I'll take
when
a
I
look.
bought it. Yeah, when I bought it, it was. I hope $8.
I've never left them behind, but I never had to pay real money for them.
All right. So newsstand. I like the Madeline Pryor book as a spec book.
I love that book.
Got the error. I looked through 20 copies and found 2 of the errors and gave one to the guy I was picking with and took the other one. I'll take these every time I see them. I'll take Forge every time I see them. That's my other copy of the error. And then got lucky with some Mile High variants too. You know, which are kind of a pain in the butt. So, and then these came in the mail. I blame the Modern Playbook guys for telling me to buy them if I can't sell them. If I can, they're geniuses. I don't really know.
I ordered 2 9/8s.
Did you? Okay. They hustled you into it too, or they're geniuses, or you're the one that hustled me. I'm not sure how that went, but
it wasn't.
And then this one, why is this not like the preferred cover? Can anybody explain that to me? It's clearly the best cover. I need to buy more of them. I shouldn't go running my mouth about it, but yeah, done.
Awesome.
That Micronauts 8 is selling for about $50, so $60 it looks like.
All right, I got to see how many I have. They're pretty. eBay's getting an investor lot.
No, maybe I shouldn't say that. Anywhere from
collector
30,
lot,
30 to
investor
50,
lot.
$30 to $50. Yeah, not bad.
I've totally run those with beat copies.
Yeah.
Investor lots, like 3 6.0s.
I'll try to run as many books as I can of one time. Like, hi, my comic book problems are now your comic book problems.
Did you get anything, Ben? Out there?
I do, but I got a couple, but I got a story. I got
even better.
Okay, first of all, anybody that lives in Portland, I'm not being mean, but this place is horrible. It is a dump. But I went into this shop. I kid you not. It was, I was like, okay, I'm just going to try and find some random shop. It sits on this corner and I'm like, it's got all the windows like covered up. And I'm like, it's kind of like a rough part of town or whatever. And I'm like, man, this is like Murder House or something.
Nice.
Yeah. So I opened the door and this guy is standing there behind the counter. He's got stuff all over the walls. And he's like, what are you looking for? I was like, I don't know. There's not one person in your store. I just figured I'd just look. And then he starts telling,
man. Listen, I make it awkward.
Yeah. So then he starts like saying like, well, everything in here is 50% off. And I challenge you to find any place in the country that is doing that. I'm the only one that's doing that. I was like, okay, that's good to know. So I'm walking around. I look through some back issue bins, and it's like garbage or whatever. He's got comic cards like hung up on the ceiling and stuff like that. And I'm just like looking around, and he keeps asking me, he's like, "What are you looking for?" I'm like, "I'm just looking. There's not a soul here. Just leave me alone." So then, like, I get back up to the front, and I'm trying to look at stuff behind the counter, and he goes, we only allow people who are actually interested in buying things, serious buyers only in this store. And with COVID going on, you just need to leave. I said, oh, okay. So I got kicked out of a comic shop.
Nice. Welcome to the club.
Name this shitty fucking store.
It was
we can tell no one to go there ever. What is the name of this shithole? Hey, fuck this guy.
Acme Comics.
He has no idea the guy that writes the top 10 is going to.
It was terrible. He literally kicked me out because I wasn't buying anything.
It's amazing.
Because when there was not one person, he was like, well, with COVID, you really need to be more respectful for people's. And I'm going, dude, there's not one person in this store. Not anybody.
You definitely should have fucking started coughing on your way out.
It was hilarious.
Dude, and yeah, Acme is fake on cartoons and fake in the comic world. Now we all know.
They're gonna feel so
It was
stupid
hilarious.
when they find out. Like you said, Leg. They're gonna feel so stupid.
Awesome.
Well, this dude clearly lives under a rock anyway. So
Yeah.
but I did hear a
probably
couple
would.
other places. So I'll just run through these real fast. I don't even know what I bought. I just had them sit here. I found another Untamed one.
Oh yeah.
I have no idea if that,
How the fuck you found that in the wild? This meal on me.
I don't
Well
know.
done, sir.
I have no idea if that's ever going to be made or not. I have no idea if this is worth anything, but it looked like it was in good shape. So it's an Albedo 5.
No shit.
Okay.
I don't know.
Are there multiple printings of that? Any idea?
I don't know. I didn't even take it out of the bag. It looked nice.
Nice
I did
job.
get the High Republic second print for cover.
Nice.
Amazing Spider-Man, whatever that is.
I don't know. That's
The
pretty
30,
sweet.
the Campbell. You got this weird Spider-Man Wolverine variant.
Yeah, the Salvador
Badass, dude.
Dali stuff.
Yeah.
I've never
whatever
seen that
is.
before. I'm Janko.
The Gotham Academy one variant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's good.
That's
Yeah.
fucking great, dude.
And then this one store had a ton of stuff, and this is where it got most of the stuff. I don't even know if they're still making this show, but they were going to at one point.
Did
But I
they
never found it before.
Did they already? I think it already came out.
Oh, did they? Ice Cream Man #2.
Fuck yeah.
You're gonna laugh, but I get these Go-Go Power Rangers, the first Ranger Slayer.
Bro, you ready? I've been buying them myself. I just don't know the right ones to buy, so I just buy
It's
the
number
homages.
8. It's number 8, and that's
Okay.
that's the second print, the one with her
Hell
on the
yeah.
cover, or him, or whoever it is.
Um,
I had no idea what this book is, but it looked really cool, so I bought it. But it's a Image Holiday Special 2005.
sick.
Frank Cho, yeah.
It's
I love
Joe.
it.
It says on the front, it says Walking Dead story. So I was like, I have no idea what that is, but I'll just go ahead and buy
I'd go
it.
sled riding with her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love Liberty Meadows stuff. That was one of
this
the
one-
books I'd buy all the time.
This one was really cool. It's a Gargoyles 1 newsstand.
Nice, dude.
And it's really nice, actually.
Ooh, that's a dude. Yeah.
Yeah,
Jeff
that's fucking
Land-
rare.
Real quick, is the newsstand also embossed?
Yes.
Okay.
No shit.
Yes, it is embossed. You can
That's
probably see it
fucking
there.
awesome.
You can
Yeah.
now, yeah.
Jeff the Landshark score.
Black Panther and the Crew hip hop.
Nice.
Fuck yes.
That's a good book.
This book I love. Van Denby turned me on to this book. I love this cover, and you cannot find it anywhere. It's Grass Kings number 12, but it looks like a pre-code horror book. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
a 1 in 25. It's
Yeah, how
really
the
hard to
fuck
find.
did you find that? Well done.
That's hack, right?
No, this is not Hack.
It's not.
No, I don't know who the cover artist is, but man, it is an awesome cover.
Dude, Van Denby's so damn smart. I gotta get a hold of that guy.
I got a New Teen Titans 26. That's first Terra,
Okay. Nice.
and that one's in real nice shape. Some weird Devil May Cry sketch variant or something like
Yeah.
that.
That
Fucking,
Devil May Cry
cool,
stuff
dude.
is not bad to pick up anytime you see
Yeah,
it.
I got this Campbell Myths and Legends something or another.
Yeah, it's a good
I
one.
like.
Yeah, and this Chew convention variant or something. I don't know what that is. So it's
Nice.
glow in the dark. So I was like,
Oh, that's the glow in the dark one. I didn't know they made a convention variant. I vaguely remember that now. I like
then-
Chew. I'm like one of the last Chew fans left.
And I don't know if this is really rare or not.
It's Van Denby's favorite book, if that helps.
It looked rare. I couldn't really find any for sale, but it's a Snake Eyes Storm Shadow black and white variant.
Yeah, there's so many variants of that.
Pick them up,
That's
yeah.
what I'm thinking. Yeah, it's cheap.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Well done, sir.
yeah, but I thought you guys would like my.
I'm just so happy you finally got thrown out of a comic shop.
This
I
is
don't
what
feel
blows
alone
me away.
anymore. I thought it was just me.
I looked up that yeah. It doesn't sell for a ton, but it got me into a Usagi Jimbo hole. Look at how much that on February 21st, a Usagi Yojimbo #1 sold for $258. It is buy it now, but look at some of the prices on some of these Usagi books. The First Color, the summer special, $50 book. I mean, it's just blows me away what these things are selling for. So, yeah, very cool stuff.
Well, and he hasn't peaked yet. Wait till they've dropped the cartoon.
Yes, for sure. That is very cool. Very
Nico,
cool. I love the story.
Do you have that Chew book? Do you want it? I'll just send it to you.
Yeah, he
No,
does. Yeah.
I try. I don't like to accept free things. It makes me feel uncomfortable. I'll send you something back if you want to send it to me that we could trade.
Well, before we go,
yeah.
Before we go, I'm going to remind everybody to make sure you guys are following Wanted Comics on IG in order to win. Yeah, to win those HaHa number 2 variants, the trade dress and the Virgin variant. We have one set we are giving away. You guys need to comment when this show is done, the live show is done. Comment below on the YouTube page what 2 famous covers did HaHa number 2 John Gallagher variant homage, and just tell us your picks in there, and we'll pick a random person that makes that comment. But you also have to be a follower on Wanted Comics IG, where you guys get all that information. As you can see right here, this is the Wanted Comics IG page that you're seeing right here. They just put out about out the door 97% filled on the HaHa variant, I believe. So there you guys go. But here is the important one. Tomorrow they will be releasing a Star Wars High Republic number 3 exclusive with the new website set up. So shout out to Kevin Scott, to the writer on this one, and Will Sliney, who is the artist on this great cover. So make sure you guys check them out. It'll be noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern that these books are going to go live at Wanted Comics. So make sure you guys go check it out. And before we go, we want to remind everybody to check out the Oddfell interview. Cosplayer extraordinaire, comic book fan, statue fan, local comic shop employee, doing cool stuff in the cosplay world. Follow her on IG. It's at Oddfell, ODFEL, and you can find her all over the social sphere. But we'll be interviewing her Friday morning. You'll see that interview drop. It was a really good interview that Nico, you did a good job on. So very interesting.
I appreciate that. Hey,
Nico, did you cosplay for that interview?
He's going to. She's making him a cosplay costume.
Yeah,
like a Smurf.
True.
Yes.
So
you have to watch it to find out.
Yeah, it involves paint. There's nude paint involved, but I can't necessarily give up the identity of the character that I'm going to portray.
You got to watch the interview to figure it out, because it's pretty damn good. So. Everybody,
uncanny resemblance.
Yes, we appreciate, again, we want to say one more time, Doc Joe, Chris Colbert, everybody that has given us any love, whether it's through super chats, likes, thumbs up, subscribes, shares, everything. We appreciate you guys so much. You guys make this all work, and you guys keep your eye out for Flipside hats and shirts coming soon. Shout out to the one and only Emiliano Beggs, that dropping some really good art you guys are going to see soon. So keep an eye on everything's Flipside in the future, and we'll see you next time. Peace.